But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends. And today we have a new topic, and it's going to be interesting. First of all, I want to say thank you for not supporting us in every way, in every mean. You know, I mean, if my videos is made by Muslims, they will have millions of views. But as usual, Christians, they don't really care. They are, you know, relaxing people, very relaxing. Today our topic is, what is the strongest proof that the Quran is from God? Sorry, my voice is not good. What is the strongest proof Muslims have? This is the question the Muslims, they post in the internet, and they have many articles about it and videos. Each one of them is good enough to make any fool believe in Islam. But again, those things work with the fools. But as you know, today we are in the earth which is full of fools. You know, if I say maybe 80% of the population of this earth is a bunch of fools, I'm not exaggerating. You know, we are in a time where nobody want to really study, nobody want to search. Everybody is politically correct. Everybody is fake. Nobody even dare to say things he believe in. You know, they just say what the community like to say. You know, you have to say what they like you to say. You can't even speak your mind about a virus or a disease, or, you know, you don't dare, because they will mute you, they will silence you. You can't say in what you believe. You can't say your own opinion. You have to say their opinion. And you know, it's like a cattle. Human today, they are like cattle, a bunch of goats. But for sure, not everybody is the same. There is always brave people who they are willing to say the truth, and that's what we do here. My Skype is open, and I have an open challenge for every Muhammadan in this earth to show me one proof, or any proof, that the Quran is from God. You see, I believe that the Quran is from Allah. There's no question about that. I mean, Allah has many names. Muhammad, Satan, devil, you know. I saw a video made by Muhammadan, and actually the title is the strongest, you know, proof that the Quran is from Allah. And the funny is, in the video, the guy, he says, well, the shaitan, the Quran attacking the shaitan. You know, the shaitan will deceive you. The shaitan will lie to you. The shaitan will, you know, like as an example here, chapter 4, verse 119. Look what the shaitan will do. So if the Quran is written by shaitan, you know, how Allah says Allah cursed the shaitan. How Allah, He says shaitan will mislead you, etc. So this is the strongest proof. But all of us, we knew, if we go in the Bible, and this you do not even need to go to the Bible, but you know, just to confirm for us as a Christian, but for you, maybe you are an atheist or a Hindu or a Buddha, you know that there's all liars who they want to deceive you. They will not tell you we are deceiving you. If somebody want to take your bank account, he will not tell you I'm going to do so. If somebody want to jump in your house, steal your wife jewelries, he will not give you a phone call, says I'm coming to take your wife jewelries. If somebody want to rape your daughter, he will not give her a warning in advance so she will not leave at night from her house. All liars, they are the same, and all of them, they cover themselves, and usually they play angels. In Matthew 7:15 it says, be aware of false prophet, which come to you in a sheep clothing, but for sure they are wolves. Muhammad, in the beginning, he was coming in a sheep clothing, so he said Christians, Jews, Sabian, everybody go to heaven. Everybody. As soon as he got his own army, suddenly everybody have to die. But still, this is not really a proof that Muhammad is a wolf in a sheep clothing. Now, the Muslim, they, in their video, they say the Prophet, he did marry a child. This is what the Christian, they say. And they say at that time, this was very normal. I don't know which time is that, but if you are comparing your Prophet to perverted people, that is a good thing to do. The question is why somebody in the age of 54, he is interested in someone she is not even 6 years old age. What he found in her. But still, this one is not really a proof that the Quran is not from Allah, because maybe Muhammad is a filthy person, but Allah is a good person. Still, that will not prove anything. But if we go back to the verse the Muslim they use, that shaitan, he will deceive you, we will find that the Quran, the same Quran, saying the same thing about Allah. Let me show you this verse. Chapter 6, verse number 43. The shaitan, he made fair seeming to them that which they used to do. If we change the translation here, the word fair seeming is really weird. I mean, let us use different donkey. Yesterday we have a new Quran, it's called the clear Quran, which is more stupid than the one is not clear. And after we read the clear Quran, we find that the Quran, the guy who, AJ, yesterday, he called us 2 days ago, he asked me to read the clear Quran, if you remember. And then in the clear Quran, he agreed that the Quran have contradictions. Correct? Yeah. It's recorded, it's in the previous video. But anyway, who watch? Nobody watch. When here it says, same, it look like those people, they are copying from each other. And Satan made their sinful acts seem alluring to them. Okay. So what the verse saying? That shaitan, he make their sin sound nice. So shaitan will make you believe that sin is nice. Okay, it has opened the Quran. Actually, you know what? I'm going to copy the same word. Look at this, just to show you. I will copy it. We will open the Quran, and I will search here in front of you, and then we will find. It's taking a while to come. Okay. Verse number 643, it says that shaitan, he decorated for them their sin to make it look nice. Chapter 16, verse number 63, saying the same, that shaitan decorate for you things to make you, believe in it. Okay. Chapter 27, verse number 4, it turned that the one who deceive you and make you believe that sin is good is Allah. Read with me. Chapter, again, 27, verse number 4. Verily those who believe not, in the hereafter, we have made their deeds fair seeming to them. Do you see it? It's exactly the same translation the Muslim they use in the other verse, fair seeming. So Shaitan, he make your act when you are sinner fair seeming. Allah, he make your act fair seeming. Do you see it? Muhammadan, do you see it? Allah, I will try to use the same translation. This is Hilali and Khan. So I will go to the previous verse. Okay, and I will choose the translator, the same translator, so Muslim will not say you know. Okay, here we go. This is a chapter 6, verse number 43. Let us take a screenshot. And let us make a mark first before we take a screenshot. So Satan, he made their sin fair seeming to them. Okay, so we take screenshot now. And again, this is chapter 6, verse number 43. All right. And now we go to the other verse, which is about Allah. Allah do exactly the same. Allah make your sin fair seeming to you. Here we go. Let us open the screenshot and put it next to this one. And you will see in a second that Allah and Shaitan, they are the same. There's no different. Here we go. Both, they will make sin fair seeming to you. Any Muslim have an objection? Any Muslim want to say I'm lying? Any Muslim will say it's not true? Let us move it, make the window bigger. Fair seeming, fair seeming. Both, they make your sin for you fair seeming. Hello? Hello? This guy, he called me and he put me in hold. Actually, take a hike. Do we have any Muslim? Do you see how easy to prove that the Shaitan is the same as Allah? Both of them, they make your bad deeds. The bad deeds here is your sin fair seeming to you. And the verse, the verse in chapter 27, verse 4, it's even more evil. It says Allah will make you blind. So Allah will make you believe that your evil is a fair seeming. Shaitan will make you believe that your evil is a fair seeming. Any Muslim have an objection? Any Muslim want to say to me you are lying? It doesn't say that, CP. Anyone? Do we have any Muhammadan? How this can be a book of God? Shaitan and Allah, they are totally in agreement in making your sin fair seeming. Any Muhammadan? Any Muhammadan? How come both of them, they are in total agreement in the target, which is us doing bad things and committing sin? How come both of them, they make to us our sin fair seeming? Anyone? Yeah, and this is the funny thing about Muslims. They go and make video and say it doesn't say that CP. You can open the interpretation. I mean, the verse is so clear. You see, the stupid thing about this book, the Muslim, they can't understand the book of Allah. And then you ask yourself, if this book is written by God, how come he cannot make it clear? You know, it is possible that a book written by a human, it might be not clear because the writer is a human. He is limited in the way he can explain. Then the Muslim, they say to us, oh, you cannot understand the Quran by yourself. You have to read the interpretation. Then we go and read the interpretation. And then when we read it, they say to us, oh, this interpretation is made by a human. So they could not understand the stupidity of their stupid God. And then they ask you to read the stupid scholar. And the second we start reading the scholar, they say the scholar is a human. We don't accept what the scholar is saying. We go only by the Quran because they don't like what he said. Deception is a way of life in this cult. Like yes, 2 days ago when we have this guy AJ, first we showed him the verse here in the Quran. He said, no, I want it from the clear Quran. We show it from the clear Quran. Now he says, doesn't make sense. That translation doesn't make sense. What's my business? Sneaky little popcorn guy jumping. You know, when you make popcorn, you know, like they start jumping. This is what he was doing. He touched the pot and he jumped and he touched and he jumped and he's trying to escape. And then at the end he agreed that the Quran is a book of contradiction. And then he went, as they told me in the chat, they told me he went to to this Dawah channel, the ones who say that the word soul mean the male member. So from now on, I'm going to call the Dawah channel the penis channel. They are the only one in the world who believe that the word soul mean the male member. Their prophet says it's the backbone. The Quran translation is saying the backbone. But in the Dawah channel, brother, the word soul mean penis. May Allah penis you. So all those kids, they cannot refute a very simple thing. I mean, how come Allah and Shaitan, they have the same target? Both of them, they make our sin fair seeming to us. Who is the one who made those who believe not in hereafter, make them believe that their deed is good? Allah, read it. Who is the one who do the same for humanity? Shaitan, read it. This is something written in the same book, not in different book. This is not like one verse written by Christian Prince, the other verse written by Muhammad. Those both are supposedly coming from one idiot. His name is Muhammad, which is not his real name, as we know. Then let us forget about this. And by the way, those who make videos, you can make just a video about this topic alone. Bingo, you know. So you make a video 5 minutes. Don't tell me that I'm making my videos short. You can cut them off pieces, and this is a topic by itself. Now, you know, I will give the Muslims a chance. And as you see, I have my Skype open. And as I said before, anyone who says to me hi and add me, I will block you. You are being silly. Those people who do that, they are like children. They have no brain. We keep repeating. And secondly, why you want to say to me hi anyway? Am I your friend? We used to be in the army together. What hi for? Once there was a guy, he is a congressman. He keep going, you know, he saw me in an occasion. He said, I saw you before. Where I saw you before? I told him, no, he never saw me before. The guy, he insists, he saw me before. I said, no, you did not see me before. We went out in the yard drinking tea, coffee. He's again in front of the people. He's, I saw you before, so I want to get rid of him. So I said, now I remember, we used to be in jail together. Ah, you know. He said, no, I don't know you. I mean, I told you 100 times, don't say hi to me. I'm not interested. You did not see me before. He insists. The second I said to him, I never been in jail. I mean, I've been in the military jail, Yeah, but but not in jail for any crime. I've been in jail because I shot at some thieves because, you know, I disobeyed the orders of the army, you know, using their guns. Anyway, so this is how some people are. We keep saying, I am not here to say hello, how are you doing? Don't add me in Skype. This is only for Muslims to call me. Even Muslims who want to talk to me by chat, not welcome. You want to call me, you are welcome. All right? So, if you are interested, text me in Skype, say I'm a Muslim, I will call you. You cannot call me, I have to call you. Unless you call me before, that will open the call between us. Or maybe you send me a text and I answer you back to call. Then we go in the internet and we search for the strongest proof. So I search in Prophet Google, peace upon him, what is the scientific proof that the Quran is the word of Allah? And here, you know, I find it very funny and very stupid to say scientific proof. You know, is it scientific? The Quran agreed that Jesus is son of Mary and she have no husband. Is that scientific? I mean, this is, you know. So you Muslims believe in scientific or scientific? So, but because this religion is a hypocrite religion and they are bankrupt, they are desperate, and this is why I put the picture of that guy Harun Yahya. He is the one behind scientific and science in the Quran. You know, this perverted man who have just belly dancers around him. He used to have a program and he received millions of dollars donations from Muhammadan around the world. He is the first one who came with scientific, you know, scientific proof. So, what is scientific proof of the Quran? Is the word of Allah. Sa'id Yazidi said, there is several, okay, reasons that the Holy Quran is the word of God. Okay, let us see. Let me say two of them. Thank you. Just two. He will not like, just two. Miraculous aspect of the Quran showing that this book received from God. To explain more, I should say, Muslims believe that the Quran is a timelines miracle. Various features or futures, such as the terms of its words, in terms of content, and in terms of bringer. I don't know what does that mean. Anyone understand? Let's go. Also, we can count the scientific miracle as one of them. For an example, paying attention to the first verse, chapter 75, make us realize that the fingertips were mentioned 14 centuries ago. What? Before I think he want to say the fingerprint. He want to say the fingerprint, not fingertips. But by mistake, he said the truth. He wanted to say fingerprint, because if we go now, we search fingerprint in the Quran, we will find it says that the verse says that Allah, he predicted the fingerprint, and he speak about fingerprint. But by mistake, he said the truth. It says fingertips. So what fingertips had to do with the fingerprint? And not only that, actually, the fingertips here, it doesn't even, not even close to the word in the Quran. It says that Allah will put the bones together. Not even, there is no skin. If we go to the verse, we will see. Okay. We are typing in English again. Fingertips, huh? Yeah. Fingertips. And fingerprint. Let us go to the fingertips. Did he say, hold on, what verse he said? He said, fourth verse of chapter 75. Fourth verse, chapter 75. Okay. 75. Yeah, this is the correct one. Where is the fingerprint here? Anyone can tell me? Who can show me the fingerprint here? Allah is saying are we going to assemble the bones? Read it. You see, the Muslims, what they do, because they are followers of a liar, they don't mention to you the verse before it, because the verse after it might confuse you. Allah speaking about He will assemble the bones. The bones of what? Even his finger bones, we are going to assemble them. That's all. There's no fingerprint, there is no finger potato, there's no finger tomato. So do you see how they lie? If I type right now, let us do this. Hold on, give me a second. Qur'an fingerprint.
Chapter 75, verse number 3 and 4. The unbelievers ask that how will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be able to reassemble our bones? Allah says, we can not only reassemble the bones, we can even reconstruct in perfect order the very fingertips. When the unbelievers say, after we are buried, after our bones have got disintegrated, how will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment reassemble our bones? So Allah says, He will not only be able to reassemble the bones, He can even reconstruct your very fingertip in perfect order. It's referring to the fingerprinting method, which was discovered by Sir Francis Gould.
This is referring to the fingerprint. Guys, anybody can help me? How in the world this is refer for the fingerprint? Allah will assemble the bones of the finger, and that is referring to the fingerprint. I mean, the guy, he just said the bones. He himself, he just said, will assemble the bones. Do you see how desperate it is? And the stupid who is saying Islam and Christianity is bad. Well, if not the Christianity, you coward, you will not have a human right. If not the Christianity, you will not exist. If not the Christianity, you will be a slave of Muhammad. We are the one who stopped them, and we are the one who defend you, and we are the one who give you right to be even an atheist. Coward son of Muta. If not a Christianity, Muslims will be slaving you right now. This is the truth. And this is why atheists and Muslims are in bed together. Because both they hate the truth. Who is the one who banned my videos on YouTube? YouTube. Who owns YouTube? We know. Who is the one who blocked my page in Facebook? Facebook. Who owns Facebook? We know. Who is the one who stopped my tweet in Twitter? Twitter. Who owns Twitter? We know. But they will never stop a Muslim. You worship one Satan. In TV they say, the atheists, that they support gays and lesbians. But when it's come to support, really, they support the devil Muhammad. The most hypocrite people is the one who call themselves atheist. And you are no better than them. Liar to your bones. So you see here an example of the lying. Even if you open the interpretation for their own books, it says clearly Allah will put the bones together. And He Himself, He said the word bones. So how in the word bones became fingerprint? Can't Allah change the word and say fingerprint? Why Allah did not say the word fingerprint? Cowards, liars, desperate, bankrupt. Give us another reason. Actually, if you want me to open the interpretation, by the way, I can open it for you. That's very easy. We can do it. Just to show you, this is not our statement. Because maybe it means what he's saying. Maybe. Let us see. Maybe. You know. Maybe this Christian prince, he don't want you to see the truth. Maybe. But is it really what they're saying? They are a bunch of liars. And here you notice that the one who lie about his God words, he must be following Satan. Assembling them. Okay, they say, yes, indeed, we shall assemble them. We are able, in addition, to assemble them. Okay, reshape them. Okay, finger, blah, 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 restore. Their bones just they had been despite their smallest. So what the Quran is saying, that Allah will assemble the bones of a human being, even the smallest. You know, people, they see that bodies. Muhammad especially is a killer. He's a butcher. So even the small bones of the finger, Allah will put them together. That's all. There's no fingerprint. There's no potato. There's no science. None. None. Let us see maybe second proof. Until now, we don't see any Muslim there to call. Be my witness. Then he says, at the time of the advent of the Prophet Muhammad, Arab people were steeped in adultery. Well, you Muslims, you kiss black stone and you go around the stone and you pray in direction of a stone, and even when you go to Shaitan, you throw a stone. The biggest sheikh of the Muslims today is a terrorist. Al-Qaradawi, he says, Islam is a religion of a stone. We pray to stone, we go around a stone, we kiss a stone, and we throw a stone. Take it or leave it. And this is one of the funny thing about Muhammad, and they claim that they are not pagan. So if you are not pagan, why you kiss a stone? They say to you, don't you kiss your mother? Why the stone is your mother? Did the stone give birth to you? Ah, I forgot, the stone is a vagina. Is the god of fertility. I heard from Muslims all kind of funny answers about why they kiss the stone. If you remember, even we have once live chat, I recorded and we posted on YouTube. And we did it here live. We asked the Muslim website, supposedly those people, they help you to convert to Islam. I said, I have a question. Why you Muslim kiss the black stone? He says, because it's holy. I said, why it's holy? They said, because the Prophet kissed it. I said, why the Prophet kissed it? They said, because it's holy. They don't know even why they are kissing it. So why the stone is holy? Because the Prophet kissed it. And why the Prophet kissed it? Because it's holy. So which one comes first? The chicken or the egg? They cannot explain to you the stupidity of this cult who claim to be monotheist. But in fact, it is the biggest pagan cult ever. They worship a guy, his name is Muhammad. They just burn a guy just supposedly for insulting a man, his name is Muhammad. In the Middle East, you can go and say the F word to Allah. Nobody go after you. But you cannot say the F word to Muhammad. They say F Allah. We see a guy angry in the street saying F Allah. I shit on Allah. I do to Allah. Nobody get upset. But the second you say Muhammad, you are dead. For they worship, they are pagan. They worship a man. His name is Muhammad. Okay, then he said, so the Arab, they are adulterer, ignorance, and moral. They have a problem in moral. The Muhammad, he fixed the moral. Muhammad, the Arab, they used to do adoption. Muhammad, he fixed that. Why? Just because he want to have sex with the wife of his own son by adoption. The Arab, they used to have adoption. His wife, Khadija, she noticed that her husband cannot do any good in the bed. So they decide to have a boy because they cannot have sons. The woman, she married 3 husbands before Muhammad. All of them, they are good in bed except Muhammad. So they decide to have a new, adoption because they give up. And remember, Muhammad at that time is still young, right? It's not really big. It's not old. So he adopted because he's merciful? Obviously not. So he adopted the son, and then he married the son, supposedly his son. He married him to a woman. She is very pretty and very beautiful. And she is very white. Take note. They worship white women. If you see the videos of Ali Dawa and Mimi Hijab and etc., they are speaking about the white wife of what his name? Samir Abdullah, the ex-Muslim. The white wife. They are obsessed. Very filthy. So they try to make you believe that Muhammad is against the revenge code. Muhammad is against the revenge code? Are you sure? Let us go to the Quran, potato. Let us see if the Quran teach revenge to kill and torture. Here we go. Chapter 9, verse number 14. Fight against them, so that Allah will punish them by your hand and disgrace them and give you victory over them and heal the breast of the believing people. Heal the breast, the revenge. وَيَشْفِي صُدُورٍ. Your chest full of hate. Finally now you got your revenge. And the cowards say Islam is against revenge. Do you see how they lie? Why did Muhammad forgive the Jews, or he killed them all? Did Muhammad I mean, this guy, the Muslim, they will say to you, do you know that Muhammad, he forgave his people when he went to Quraysh? Those his cousins. Those his people. What he did to the people of Yathrib. The stupid Jews at that time, they took Muhammad in their town because they thought he is just against Christianity, as usual. They hate Jesus, those rabbis. So they said, okay, well, Muhammad is just trying to start a new cult, maybe Christian cult. But as usual, Muhammad, he go in your house, then he kick you from your house, and then he kill you, and he take your wife. And this is exactly what he did to them. So those filthy rabbi, they welcome Muhammad to their town, hoping that he is going to be the one who will destroy Christianity. But they never thought that he was going to switch upside down on them. This is why you see Muhammad was so hypocrite to the Jews. He was trying to do his best to make them happy. And why not? He learned a lot from the Jews. Before he moved to Yathrib, he knew nothing about Judaism and Christianity. This is why if you go in the Hadith, you will see that the first time Muhammad, he ever have a fasting practice, he took it from the Jews. When he came to Ashura, he came to the city of Yathrib. This is what they do. They take a city and then they change the name. So when he came to Yathrib, Muhammad, he found the Jews fasting. So he said to them, what is that? Why you are fasting? They said this is the day where Moses, he crossed the sea from the Pharaoh. Let us see. And by the way, you will see a contradiction about this Ashura too. Everything is a joke there. Where is the hadith? Read with me, Allah. Even Muhammad, he changed the date of the fasting just because he want to look different. He said when the God messenger fasted on the day of Ashura and command that it should be observed as a fast, he was told it was the day held to an honor by the Jews and Christians. He said, okay, next year we will change it. We will not do the 10th, we will do the 9th. Do you see it? But let us show you the story about Moses. Where is the hadith about Moses? Here we go. Read carefully, and this is al-Bukhari. When the Prophet he come to the Medina, which is Yathrib, this is a fake name, he found the Jews who? The Jews who? The Jews fasting on the day of Ashura, i.e. the 10th of Muharram. And they used to say, this is a great day which Allah saved Moses and drowned the folk of the Pharaoh. Moses observed the fast on this day as a sign of gratitude to Allah. The Prophet says, okay, I am closest to Moses than you to Moses. We will observe it too. And here you see that Muhammad is a fraud. Because isn't it the Jews are liars according to Islam? How he took the date from the Jews. Where is Allah? Why Allah? Did Allah told him to fast this day? Muhammad, he received the observation of fasting from who? From a rabbi? From a Jew walking by? So he saw the Jews fasting, he ordered them to fast. And not only that, Muhammad, he added more information. He says, the one who fasts this day, Allah will erase his sin a year before. But he just learned about it from the Jews. The potato, he just learned about it from the Jews. At that time, Muhammad is just looking to establish a religion. Let us see. Here we go. Read with me carefully, Allah. The Messenger of Allah said, was asked about observing a Sawm, the fast of the 10th day of Muharram, which means Ashura. He said, it is an exception of the sins of the preceding year. So if you fast this day, which he just learned from the Jews, he just learned it from the Jews. He did not receive it from Allah or from Jibreel. So how he come to the conclusion that if you fast this day, your sin will be forgiven for the last year? This guy, he come up with lies just to make them do it. Why they want to fast? You have to give them a reason. He's a fraud. He's a scumbag. He told them, oh, if you fast this day, it's going to erase the last year of sin. I mean, look how stupid this religion is. So if I commit sin all 365 days last year, every day I commit sin as you wish, and then I do what? I fast this day, I'm clean. Do you see how easy this garbage is? Do you see how easy it is? This is religion. He just learned from the Jews that they are fasting in this day. Suddenly, right away, this day became the day which is going to erase your sin. Even the Jews did not say that to him. So what is the strongest proof that Muhammad and Allah is God? Any Muslim can help us? I just see this guy. And then Muhammad, he learned about Ramadan from the Sabian. So he told them, forget about this day. Look what happened. This day was the top-notch day to fast. Muhammad now he come with Ramadan. And then he told them, if you wish to fast it, fast it. If you don't wish to fast it, don't. How come? What happened? This day erased all your sin for the last year. Any Muhammadan? Where is the Ustaz of Indonesia? Guys, Indonesian people, did you contact the Ustaz? Did you tell them to, why you don't debate Christian Prince? Where is the Ustaz? Any Ustaz? We found fingerprint in the Quran. Let us go and see more, as long we don't have Muslims to call us. Okay, so the fingerprint, it turned to be a false thing. What else? Some example of scientific data, look, I like the word data, from the Quran. The earth and heaven were joined together. Okay, this is scientific data, that the earth and the heaven were joined together, and then they will say to you the Big Bang. I mean, do you see how stupid this is? Even the title is stupid more than the one who wrote it. The Big Bang don't believe that there was earth and there was heaven and then we separate them. They don't believe in that. The verse says the earth and the heaven used to be joined together, and Abdul, still they are joined together. Stupidity is amazing. We are not separated from the heaven. We are inside the heaven. We are not even a dust in the heaven. Stupidity is amazing. Are we separated really? And how in the world this is the Big Bang? You idiot, isn't it your God? He says that he created in the first day and the second day and the third day and the fifth day. And what's wrong with you Muslims? Anyone have a comment? Either you have a comment to be positive or give me a break and take a hike. Aren't you tired from this stupid book? Don't make a comment. I read the comment. You are wasting my vision for a silly comment. I'm tired of you, not from the stupid book. I'm tired that I make videos and you Christians are fake. You don't share my videos. I'm tired to make videos and Muslims, they get a kid, he make a video, he get 20,000 in one day. I'm getting tired of fake people who claim that they are supporting me. Have not those disbelievers known that the heaven and the earth were joined together as one united piece? This is the Muslim translation. But the translation is not really even accurate. It says kanata ritqan. Ritqan is stitches. They were stitched together, you know, stitch. And you don't make a stitches between two things are one. Stitches, you know. The word ritq, anyone can go and check the dictionary. Actually, if you change the translator right away, you will find how the translation changed. This is Hilarian Khan. Go to the other donkey. Do not the unbelievers see that the heaven and the earth were joined together as one unit creation before we cleft them asunder? And look here what it says. Don't the unbelievers see? This is something they see. This is not unseen. This is not surprise. This is not we wait. He's talking to people at that time. Don't they see? So the stupid Muhammad, he claimed that the earth and the heaven, they are separated. Why? Because we live in earth and heaven is up. So we are separated, but we are not. We are inside the space, little tiny piece of dust. Little tiny piece of dust. Secondly, as long as we are talking about how the earth is separated from the heaven, and they used to be together, and this is the Big Bang. If you go back here, you will see here they say it is the Big Bang. The Big Bang. Okay, you can read the whole article. But if we go back to the Quran, or to the hadith, you will see how Muhammad, he got the Abdul busted. Easy. Not only the Quran itself is against what they are saying. Allah, he created the first day, Saturday, he created the dirt. Do you see it, Muslims? And this is sahih. This is not a joke. You cannot say to me this is da'if as usual and weak and this garbage you have. Allah the exalted, the glorious, created the clay on Saturday. Okay. And he created the mountains in Sunday. And he created the trees on Monday. He created the things, entire labor on Tuesday. And he created the light on Wednesday. Did you remember that he was laughing when he was debating as a Christian minister? In his debate says, your God, he created the light in the sun in Wednesday. So the earth and the heaven, they was out without light for 4 days. This is why I say, if you are not prepared yourself, knowing the garbage of Muhammad, don't debate Muslims until you are ready. Those people, they are going to do mockery. They don't debate. This is why none of those who debate Muslims until now, they understand them. When David Wood, he went to debate Mimi Hijab, he thought he was going to debate. It turned to be a mockery. And if you do not do a mockery, you will look like you are lost. It's a mockery. It is not a debate. For they are following the devil Muhammad. So as you see, they make a mockery in the Bible. But there is stupid prophets saying that Allah, he created the sun in Wednesday. You can go and watch the video of that making fun of the Bible, which means he's making fun of his prophet. However, in our Bible, God, he said, let be light before he created the sun. Let be light, and light was. So we have light. Creating the sun is one of many lights. Who said that the sun is the only light? But for us as a human in this earth, this is the major light we receive. But we receive billions of lights every second. Every single star in the space send light to us. Some of them it take many, many years for the light to come to us. Which means a light was sent from the star maybe 10 years is going to arrive now. But this is how they lie, and they are waiting for a fool so they can fool him. Maybe you are a fool. And by the way, there's a lot of them, as we said. But if you look with me here, you remember 2 days ago, we have this guy, he called me AJ. And then we ask him, okay, chapter 2 in the Quran, it says Allah, he created everything first in earth. And then he went to heaven, right? He agreed. You remember? It's there, you can go watch it and laugh. So where is the Big Bang? What happened to the Big Bang? According to the stupid Quran, everything was created in the earth. The earth is the first thing to create. Before, I mean, how he created the earth before he created the space? It is he who has created for you all things that on earth. And look at the first translation here. It says, moreover, he designed comprehended heaven. There is nowhere it says moreover. It says, and then. And you know, let us go to the clear Quran, which the guy he asked us to read yesterday. You remember the clear Quran? So this is the chapter 2, verse 29. We go to the clear Quran. I like this clear Quran. This is the clear Quran, brother. This is the clear Quran. So now, if we go here, this is any clear Quran. Not this verse, hold on. Here, This is any clear Quran. Chapter 2, verse 29, this is a Tafsir al-Hilali. This is any clear. So we will go to the clear Quran. Because the guy yesterday, he insists he want the clear Quran. So we have to go and see the clear Quran, shall we? Okay, let's go. The clear Quran. Here we go. Let us see what the clear Quran will say. It is he who created for you everything on earth. Then, where is the moreover? There's no moreover. Then he turned to heaven and made them seven. So what Big Bang you Muslims are talking about? According to your Quran, chapter 4, we have chapter 79 and chapter 41. Each one give us different order. However, the Quran make it clear in one of the chapters that the last thing Allah created it was the stars. The stars, the lamps. Huh? This is chapter 41. In chapter 41 is the opposite from what we just saw. Which one is, do you reject the one who created the earth in 2 days? Okay. And he placed mountains, not stabilizers here. You see, it says stabilizer. I mean, the Muslim translation is the most weird ever. If you go here, chapter 41, let's see how what they say about the stabilizer. Stabilizer. Look here, it's mountains. There is stabilizer. I'm telling you, when you read an Islamic translation, as if you are changing, the second you change the translation, you change the book. Where is the word stabilizer? Well, he is saying, he translated, it says rawasi, something he laid on the top. But rawasi mean mountains. So Allah, he placed mountain above it. Is that scientifically correct? All of us, we knew that mountains is not created after the earth. Somebody put it in the top. Actually, the Quran, this is why the guy, he said is stabilizer, because in different verse in the Quran, the stupid Muhammad, he claimed that Allah, he created the mountains so the earth will not shake on us. And for sure, the Muslim have an article about it saying, oh, this is scientifically correct. In fact, that areas who have mountains like Japan have an earthquake every second. And the mountains are exist coming from the ground, not from the top, because they have volcanoes. Like now we heard the news about a volcano in Indonesia. I hope people, they are doing okay in those villages, poor villages. We pray for them. Those mountains there, this volcano is not somebody place it in the top of your land. It is coming from the ground up. So the stupid Muhammad is a stupid Muhammad. You cannot make a donkey a horse. Do we have any Muhammadan want to say anything? Mayday, Mayday. Do we have any Muhammadan? I will not ask you any question. You tell me what you want to say. I will talk to you about what you want to tell me regarding what is the strongest proof that the Quran is from God. Huh? What is the strongest proof that the Quran is from God? Any Muslim can tell us. And the funny, the Muslim, they say to you that the Arab at that time, they were amazed with the Quran. But the Arab, they were laughing at the Quran, and the Quran witnessed to that. Each time we recite to them the Quran, they say this is the fairy tales of the ancient. It's in front of you. The Arab, they keep laughing at the Quran, and the funny, the Quran says to them in return, well, if you can make one, I mean, imagine I am saying to you, this is a stupid book, you say to me, make one like it. Is it true that Allah He sent down the Quran to the earth? Well, according to Muslims, Muhammad he received Quran by an angel. His name is Jibreel, not Gabriel. Jibreel. Even the name is wrong. And this guy, he keep giving him verses, but Allah did not send a book. However, if you go in the Quran, Muhammad, even he cannot, you see, this guy, he's just making things up. Allah, he keeps sending down. Okay, so Allah, he sent down to you what he sent to ones before you. What he sent? He sent a book. And actually here, look at this, anzalna, anzalna, anzalna. This is all anzalna. If you ask the Muslims, who is the one who made the Quran? They will say to you, no one. We say, is it Allah? They will say no. Then we say, if it is not Allah who made the Quran, and the Quran is not created, so where is the Quran coming from? They say from Allah. We just asked you, who is the one who made the Quran? You said not Allah. I mean, do you see the madness of this religion? If I go right now and search in Prophet Google, peace be upon him, is the Quran created? Let us do that. Search in Google. I want to find you a Muslim official Islamic website, so Muslim will not say, oh, this is a guy, he don't, you know. We want to give you an official one. Hey, here we go. This is an official, full of poo-poo. This is islamweb.net. The Quran is a speech of Allah, but is not created. Solve this problem for me. Okay, so if Allah did not create the Quran, and Allah, the Quran is a speech of Allah, so where Allah he get the Quran from? So Allah, he is reading Quran, but he is not the one who made the Quran. So who is the author of the Quran then? The Muslim, they say to us, they keep saying to us, the author of the Quran is Allah. The second we say to them, who is the one who made the Quran? They say Quran is not made. Can you believe it? A person who commits religious innovation in our area raised the following doubt about regarding the issue of the creation of the Quran. It is known that the universe contains either a creator or a creation. So under what category should we classify the Quran? That's a good question. A Muslim using his brain. That's weird. Where are you coming from? A Muslim using his brain? That's wonderful. How I can answer him? Let us see the answer. All perfect is to Allah. Okay. The Lord of the world, I testify. I mean, you need to say all of this before you answer the guy. Hypocrites. The Quran is the speech of Allah. The Almighty is not the created. Like how? Now you solve the problem? The guy is asking you, saying, the whole world is either creator or creation. Creator or creation. So which category the Quran will go under? The answer is the Quran is a speech of Allah the Almighty, not the created. But this is not the question. If it's not a created, is it a creator? As approved by the Quran and the Sunnah, the prophetic tradition, and blah 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 blah. What is the answer? so it is since it is one of the attribute of Allah the Almighty, which are not created. How the Quran is one of the attribute of Allah? Look at this madness. It's a speech of Allah. The speech of Allah is an attribute of Allah. Is it created or not created? Hey, Zico. Is the Quran created or not created? As long as the Quran is not created, that means the Quran is God. Because the only one is not created is God. Now we have two created according to Islam, Allah and the Quran. Is the Quran created by Allah? No. So where Allah get the Quran from? It's a speech of Allah. So what? I'm reading Quran now. My speech now. And how you say it's a speech of Allah if Allah is not the one who created the speech? Are we following people? How you say it is the speech of Allah if Allah is not the one who created the speech? It's like Joe Biden when he read in the, you know, like he says in the of quote. Why? Because they wrote it for him. Joe Biden is reading what he have a monitor in front of him. Huh? It says stop here, end of quote. Now you time to go. The journalists are waiting like what he's saying. Stop here, end of quote. Now you leave the room. That's Joe Biden. You Muslims, you have a God is a Joe Biden. If the Quran is a speech of Allah, but Allah is not the one who created the Quran, so how it is a speech of Allah if he is not the one who made the Quran? If he is not the one who made that speech, that means this is not his speech. Any Abdul? Anyone? And then they say to us, why people leave Islam after they speak to Christian prince? Well, your Quran is stupid, your religion is stupid, your belief is stupid. I mean, this is 100% stupidity, not only the promise of an endless penis, which is smart. I mean, all of us, we want to have endless penis. We can, you know, we can connect to the satellite for free. And that will make it faster to download the sperm. I mean, look at the genius prophet, endless penis. And a vagina fit for it. I mean, the guy, he is ready for everything. He thought about everything. Not only the penis is endless, the vagina fit for it. Does that mean the vagina is endless too? Explain that to me. End of quote. Joe Biden. A person is a Muslim saying to me, CP, you dump. Amazing video. Why you don't call me my friend and tell me why I'm dumb? If the Quran is not created by Allah, how the Quran then is a speech of Allah if the speech is not made by Allah? How stupid this religion is. Who is the one who wrote the speech? If you say the one who made the speech is Allah, well, this is not what it says here. It says it's not created by Allah. And as long as your name is amazing video, I have an amazing video for you. You want to see it? Watch this. This is the most amazing video ever you can imagine.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Well, I hope you did enjoy the amazing video we just showed you. And this is a movie directed by Allah and published by Aisha. Now, who is a Muslim would like to call me and give me a proof, any proof you wish? After all the garbage we said, I think you have nothing to say, don't you? Then prove that Muhammad is a prophet of Allah. Number one proof, he did not know how to read, how to write. Like, what the heck? Have you ever heard of such a proof? Top 10 proofs that the prophet, but 10 proofs Muhammad was a prophet. Number one, he's an idiot. Number one proof, he is an idiot of the village who do not know how to read, how to write. Can you believe it? This is number one. Well, this is why the Quran is so stupid. This is why this book, once it says the lights created, the lamp created at the end, once it says the light created at the beginning. The sperm is coming from the backbone of the man and the ribs of the women. MashaAllah. MashaAllah, brother. MashaAllah. And by the way, even MashaAllah is a Jewish thing. Muhammad, he copied from the Jews, but the Jews don't believe in Allah. But he taught them you have to say God is winning. The Muslims, they keep saying to us, monotheism, monotheism, monotheism. And then we discovered that Muhammad never was a monotheist. It was a Jew who spanked Muhammad and showed him that you are a kafir. You want to be a believer? Do this. Read. It is a Jew. A Jewish man, he come to Muhammad, and this is Sahih. You cannot tell me this is da'if and this garbage again. Sahih. Sahih. Shall I sing it for you? So a man, he is a Jew, he came to Muhammad. I know the guy, his name is Jack Shalom. Habibi Muhammad. Habibi Muhammad, what's wrong with you, Muhammad? You are a kafir, Muhammad. You are a scumbag, Muhammad. You claim that you are worshipping the God of Abraham, Muhammad. How in the world you can do that, Muhammad, if you say this? Look what he says. It was narrated that Abdullah ibn Yasir, that a Jew came to the Prophet. Who? A Jew. And said, you are setting up a rival with Allah to Allah. He did not say Allah, by the way, but Muslims added. In associating other with him, you say, whatever Allah wills, and you will. And you say by the Kaaba. Did Muhammad, he debate him? Did Muhammad say you are wrong? Did Muhammad, he argue, and this is not what we meant, this is not what we believe, this is... No. He told the Abdul, do as he say. From now on, say this. So if it's not Jack Shalom correcting the stupid Muhammad, until now Muslims, you do not understand anything about monotheism. And the proof in front of you, and this is Sahih Muslim. So, sorry, this is Nisa'i here. We can show it you from different book, and this is Sahih. Let us see this guy. Take a hike. Do we have any Muslim? Do we have any proud Muslim so we can teach him monotheism? None of you Muslims are monotheist. Additional to that, by the way, this monotheism, who cares if you are monotheism person or not? This is one of the Muslim big argument. They think by saying we are monotheists, that's a big deal. Well, those who worship shaitan, they are monotheists too. And we just showed you in the beginning of this video that Allah is shaitan. Shaitan, he decorate for you your sin. Allah, he decorate for you your sin. And we show you the both verses. Right? If Dawah have told their followers not to come, I mean, Muslims don't listen to those kids anyway. I mean, their sheikh, when he go live, he don't even have 130 people listen to him. Zakir Naik, he don't even have 400. I open without even telling people. After half hour, I have 1,200 people. Who care for those people? Muslims are here and they are listening. But put yourself in their shoes. Who dare to call me? Because he knew how it's going to end. He knew that he cannot defend the stupidity of Muhammad. He knew that. As simple as that. This potato is sending me a video. He's not a Muslim. Stupid people. I blocked you. Any Muhammadan? What is the proof that the Quran is from God? Is that the big boobs? Is that the errors in the Quran? Is that the vagina never been touched and used and abused? Is it the God who will make them virgin each time you open it? It is the God who swear by the olive and the teen and the fig. وَالتِّينُ وَالزَّيْتُونَ. What happened to your God? He's stuck with two fruits? The God who swear by fig, he must be a figgy God. Why Allah he swear by the fig? Any Muslim can tell us? Is that a miracle? Must be a miracle. Yeah, the Muslim, they will find it. They will find the reason, don't worry. They will find a reason. Allah, he is going to give you in the heaven the following fruits. What we will get, brother. This is the fruit we will get in heaven, brother. All right, maybe we have a Muslim. Let us see. If you are Abdul, it's not working. Maybe his internet is horrible. I mean, this is even not a Muslim. What's wrong with people? I keep saying to them, can I see if you are online or on air? I mean, what kind of a question is that? He's not even a Muslim. Hey, blocked you. That's why I don't like Skype. You know, Skype is a stupid program. There's no control of it. CP is lunatic. Lunatic. Ahmad, Samad, Ahmad. What lunatic mean? What, brother? What lunatic mean? Can you give us? Can you elaborate? I want to learn from you some English. What lunatic mean? Do you know? Can you tell us more details so we can learn from you? You see, I'm a person who like to learn. You know, I don't mind. You can say whatever you want about me. A lunatic person, according to the dictionary, is a mentally ill person. Mentally ill person. Well, let us check that out. See if it is me or your prophet is lunatic. Is it your prophet? He ordered his wife to cover themselves when a blind man he come to visit his house. Have you ever heard of a stupid thing like this before? The guy is blind. He cannot see them. They can see him. They said to him, prophet, but he's blind. He said, are you blind too? The genius prophet. The guy is blind. He's what? He is blind. Like what? He's blind. Who is the lunatic? Blind. And this is Sahih Hadith. The guy is blind. The blind man, Ibn Kulthum, he came to visit Prophet of Allah. The Prophet, he says, cover yourself, cover yourself. The wives, they said, but Prophet, he is blind. The Prophet, because he's an idiot of the village, he don't want to say he's wrong. He don't want to say, sorry, I forgot he's blonde. He don't want to apologize for being a donkey. He said, okay, are you blind too? Who is the lunatic? Do you Muslim women cover yourself in front of a blind man in the street? Do you Muslim women allow to see men with your eyes or not? Why? What is this about? This is the genius Muhammad. He don't want to admit that a woman, she is smart and he is an idiot. So he will now come with the excuse. Hey, are you blind too? Cover yourself, cover yourself. Your prophet, but he is dead. Okay, he is dead. Are you dead too? CP is a Christian? I don't know, Abdul Samad. You are a genius like your prophet. Actually, from your comment, I can tell that you are a, for sure, Muhammad follower. My name is a Christian prince. I must be a Hindu. The guy now is not busy about his prophet ordering his wives to cover themselves in front of a blind. He is busy, he is thinking, is a Christian prince atheist? I don't know. Hindu maybe, because he keep reading the chapter of the cow. Otherwise, why he's talking too much about the cow? Isn't it obvious? Just think about it. And I'm sure if we ask this guy, why you're a prophet, he called his... is it your prophet who called it this way, or you Muslims choose a name? Why the Muslims choose a name for the biggest chapter in the Quran to be the cow chapter? Do you have an idea? By the way, this is a true story. Last time I went to have a debate with Zakir Naik, and Zakir Naik got me busted. He said, Christian Prince, do you remember, Christian Prince, when you said to the Hindus, when you were in India, you said to them that, do you know that the biggest chapter in the Quran is the cow chapter? Do you remember what happened? I said, yeah. He said, tell them what happened. There's 10,000 Hindus converted to Islam. Just because I said the biggest chapter in the Quran is Takbir. I never heard of a God. He raised people from death by beating them by beef. You see, why Jesus did not use beef to resurrect people from death? And what make it more funny, Allah in the Quran, He says, this is how Allah resurrect people from death. How? By beating them by beef. If you don't believe me, the Quran is in front of us. Call me. I will not hit you by beef. Trust me. It's expensive. You know, it's not really cheap, especially with Joe Biden. You know the thing. Chapter 2, verse number 73, explain to you why the Quran, chapter of the cow called Al-Baqarah, which means the cow. Because Allah told Moses, you know, Moses, by the way, he liked beef. I heard that Moses, he don't like any like meat except beef. He's he was beefy guy, you know, like, you know, beef, you know, like you go to talk to Moses, you say, if you don't bring beef with you, I don't talk to you. Like the first thing, you know, you want to talk to Moses, you have to bring like 3 kilograms of beef, you know. So the guy is dead, and they want to know who killed him. Not only dead, he was killed. The funny, by the way, the Muslim, they say, this verse speak about heart massage. Like, what the heck? The Muslim propaganda machine turned this funny verse to be a scientific of a heart massage. But the guy was killed by a sword. What heart massage, Abdul? Heart massage. And the guy was dead already. Let me show you, just to show you how stupid this religion is. How they fabricated stories from the middle of nowhere. I will search in private Google. Heart massage Quran. I'm typing in Arabic, but you know. Let us type in English. Heart massage. What's that? This one, brother? Maybe this one. Let us see. Heart massage, heart massage, heart massage. I'm just trying to find the videos because, you know, as you know, they have tons of millions of videos. Let us search for article. That will make it easier. Abdul articles. Did they take it down? Because I made a video about it before. Let's see. It is here somewhere. Mountains, embryo, human development, Quran, iron. This is not here. Anyway, you can find it yourself. You know, they have tons of articles about it. Heart massage, Quran, miracle. Maybe I should have changed the title. I don't know. But it's there. You can find it. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Until now, we have just a bunch of idiots who they aren't Muslims texting me. Idioto. Who we keep saying to them, don't text me if you aren't a Muslim, and they text me. Potatoes. Let us see this guy. He's not answering. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend, you are live on air. What do you like to say to us? Do you know what the topic is? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, we are with you. Do you hear me? You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk? Are you shy? Are you there? Okay, take a hike. Maybe they told him, call him, maybe you can get his IP. Good to try. You cannot hear me? Why you cannot hear me? Okay, let me check the Skype. Doesn't make sense. This is Skype. He cannot hear me, he said. He cannot hear me. He cannot hear me. Why he cannot hear me? Okay. He cannot hear me. All right. Maybe now he will hear me. Let us see. Okay, let us give him a call. Now the internet not working. I'm calling you, Irfan. I'm calling you. But as you see, it says you are not online. It says you are offline. Did you log offline? Here we go.
Hello.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, my friend. You are a Muslim?
Yes.
Okay, you are welcome. You speak Arabic?
I don't speak Arabic. I'm from Pakistan. I can read and write, but I can't speak.
All right. So what do you like to say to us? What is the strongest proof that Quran is from God?
There are a lot of proofs. First of all, Quran has challenged 1400 years back that if anyone can bring one ayah similar to Quran, close to Quran, but no one could do that.
Okay,
that
that's good.
Alone itself is a big
Okay, let us stop here. What if I show you an ant, she made Quran?
Sorry?
What if I show you that ants, they made Quran?
Ants made Quran?
Yes.
What is the proof of that?
Look at the screen with me. Chapter 27, verse number 18. Read the verse. And let me put it for you on the
are
screen.
You sharing something on Skype?
I will share it now. No, in YouTube. You can mute your YouTube. Mute YouTube, please, so we don't have double voice.
Okay, I've muted.
Okay. Read for me, chapter 27, or you can open from your side, no problem. 27:18.
27. Okay, let me open. Just give me a minute. It's Surah Namal.
Yeah, even the chapter is called the chapter of the ants. So here we go. The ants made the chapter. Read for me. Who's talking there? Allah or the ant?
Till when they came up to the valley of ants, and the ant said, "O you ant, enter your dwelling so that Suleiman and his host would not definitely crush you. They are not aware."
You said to me, nobody can make Quran. Here we go. This is the ant. Is that the ant words or Allah words?
No, you got it wrong. It is Allah who is describing what ants have said about it.
No, it's the ant who said. Who is the one who says,
and
"Oh
who
ye
said,
ant"?
but this is, see, if the incident happens and if
Hmm.
someone is narrating,
Okay.
then that doesn't mean that this particular text is directly coming from that person. Allah is the narrator
So
of
did
an
the ant
incident
say
that
that?
happened.
Did the ant says those words, or Allah is fabricating words?
No, ant said it, but Allah is
Okay, but this is
representing
Quran
those
now.
words
But
here.
this is Quran. But this is Quran.
Yeah.
Can you make it like it? Can you say what the ant said again? I challenge you to say what the ant said. Can you make like what the ant said?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Well, the ant, she said that, "O ye ants, get into your habitation, lest Suleiman and his host crush you," okay, without knowing it. Can you make something like it? I challenge you.
Yeah.
You can.
No, see, the challenge of Quran is to the mankind about making a verse. See, I'll give a simple example. If there is an incident happening somewhere, say in Sri Lanka, okay, and that incident, in that incident, someone is talking about something, but the way it is represented in Quranic text with all those wordings and everything, that is what is the beauty of Quran.
But my friend, you are the one who said to me that nobody can make Quran like the Quran when the Quran is copying what other people said. So the Quran is a book of narrating what people said. So this is not
exactly what.
Okay. So the Quran is not. Who is the author of this sentence now? Who is the author of this? Who is the author? No, he is not.
No.
If the one who said that, the one who said that thing is the author. If I quote Shakespeare, doesn't make me the author of Shakespeare book. I'm quoting Shakespeare, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Allah, he is quoting who?
The ant speaking.
Okay. So the one who said that is the ant, and this is Quran. So Allah is borrowing Quran from the ants.
No, he's narrating a incident, right?
Doesn't matter. I can tell you. As long I'm quoting word by word, it's not narrating no more, because I'm saying the ant said, Suleiman said, and the bird he said, and then he came back. The whole chapter is not even Allah talking. And
ant, obviously ant doesn't speak Arabic, right? They have their own signals.
What language they speak? What the language of the ants?
They have the signals.
Okay, this is a good question then. The ants have a signal. So how Allah, he translated the signal into this?
Yeah, obviously Allah is Qadir. He knows everything.
Okay, let me ask you, did your prophet receive Quran in Arabic or receive it as a signal?
He received in Arabic.
Okay, let us go to the hadith then. I want you to look at the screen and read with me.
Okay.
It says here that your prophet, he used to receive inspiration as a sound of a bell.
I still see Surah Namal ayah on.
It's going to come to you. Maybe it would take a few seconds. Do you see it?
Not yet.
They ask him, how does the wahi inspiration come to you? Read it for us. Go ahead.
Still, I'm seeing Surah Namal. You highlighted, "Oh, ants, get into your habitation." Are you referring to this?
No, we are posting now the hadith in the screen. Fresh your YouTube. Maybe you need to fresh.
Okay, let me refresh it. Yeah, I can see. Aisha reported, "How does the wahi inspiration come to you?" He said, "At times it comes to me like a ringing of a bell, and that is more severe for me. And when it is over, I retain that.
Okay.
What I have received in the form of wahi. And at that time, an angel in the form of human beings comes to me and."
So I asked you how the ant she spoke. You said she gives signal, right? Okay, now Muhammad receiving sound of a bell. How the bell become Arabic?
See, if you need to understand something, the way human body works, right? There are different ways. Even when we are talking, that means that talk is not directly understood by your brain. It is translated into some electric pulses, right?
No problem.
So,
But he received inspiration as a sound of a bell, ringing of a bell. It's a sound, and he did not receive it in Arabic. So Muhammad, he communicates with people. He's at the end of the day, he's a human like me and you, right? Okay. So what we understand, when the angel Jibreel, he came to Muhammad, he said to him, "Iqra." He did not give him a ring of a bell, correct?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
in Arabic.
And the Quran says, we never send the messenger except to speak in the tongue of his own people, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Allah, he never sent the messenger unless he is from the people, speaking the tongue of the people, so they might understand. So the language have to come to them, have to come in the language of the people, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is the sound of a bell is the language of the Arab?
But at the same time, if you read the last sentence, it says that Angel Jibreel came in the form of human beings and he speak to him.
Who care? No, it says he received it. Yeah, this is how we speak to him. He speak to him in a form of a bell. Revelation come to me like ringing of a bell. He's speaking to him. How? He make a bell sound. And as long as the Quran says Allah will never send the revelation except in the tongue of the people, that means the people of Muhammad at that time, they have a language, it's called the language of the bell. Jungle bells, jungle bells. They are celebrating Christmas all the time.
How authentic is that hadith?
Huh?
How authentic is that hadith?
It is da'if hadith, so is that a problem?
Now, if it is a da'if, then obviously I have a problem. But if it is sahih and it has a good chain of narration, yeah, then it is true.
So yeah, sure. Now what we would do? You don't accept it?
If it is sahih, then I have no other option but to accept it.
Okay, and if you accept it, what that will do?
But in the same hadith, it clearly mentioned that the wahi at times it used to come as a ringing bell. It is more like an indication, and at times it used to come through an angel in the form of human being. What's the problem in that?
So what? We know that this angel, he come to him in the form of a human being. Even it come in the form of a friend of Muhammad. He used to spend the night with him. His name is Dahi al-Kalbi, which is weird. I mean, why the angel coming in the form of a guy who lived next door, and he is the most handsome man in the city. So now we have two of them. But this is not our topic for now. As long as he received the sound of a bell, and then we need to ask ourselves, how and why Allah has given him a sound of a bell Quran? Why not in Arabic?
No, to be frank, CP, this is the first time I'm hearing about this hadith. What I heard about this ringing bell. It was more like an indication. I was told that it was more like an indication that wahi is coming, and then the wahi used to come in Arabic.
No. See, there's nowhere it says that. This is a false.
See, I'm a logical
And here
person.
here it says, قال أبو عيسى هذا حديث حسن صحيح. And you said you can read, right?
Yes.
Okay, it says, وقال أبو عيسى هذا حديث حسن صحيح. It is Hasan and Sahih, both.
And this is from Sahih Muslim?
No, this is Jami' al-Tirmidhi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part of Siyasat.
In the same time, I will go with you and let us talk about the Quran, that nobody can make Quran like this Quran. So are you saying to me that somebody telling me that there's a guy, his name is Sulaiman, and this Sulaiman, Allah, he taught him the language of the birds. He understand the language of the ants?
Yes.
How he taught him the language of the birds, but he understand the language of the ants?
What do you mean? I didn't get you, sorry.
The Quran says, chapter 27, verse number 16. Solomon was David higher. He said, O ye people, we have been taught the speech of the birds. So who taught what Allah told him? He told him the speech of the birds. And then 2 verses after, he understand the language of the ants.
Yeah, it is a blessing from Allah.
What do you mean blessing? He said what he learned. He said, I am being taught the language of the birds. What Allah taught him? The language of the birds. So if you learn the language of the chicken and the turkey, you don't go and speak to the ants.
So what's the problem? I'm not able to get the
My
problem.
friend, I went to school to study German. I finished the school,
Yes.
I'm speaking Chinese. So what do you mean, what the problem? This guy, he went to school. Allah, he taught him to
I
to
got
learn
your
the
point.
language of the birds. The bird, chicken, pop, 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 pop. This is he can understand. Ants, they don't even talk. So how the same chapter, just 2 verses before it, the guy himself saying, okay, when I've been taught the language of the birds, who taught him? Obviously Allah, correct?
No, here maybe the birds that has been translated here in Arabic, it might refer to a word that is more like a common to non-human being. Maybe.
No, it says a tayr. A tayr is bird. Even your translation says birds. Tayr is bird. This is what tayr mean. طار يطير فهو طيار. This is why in Arabic we say طيارة. طيارة mean airplane. So we've been taught the language of the birds, and then the guy, he go and he speak to the cow. How that work? Forget about this one. I will let it go. Read with me carefully. So the man have an army of a genies and a human and birds. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How big is the army of Sulaiman?
I have no idea on that.
3,500 miles. 25 is divided to 3 parts. A third is a genie, the other third is a bird, the other third is a human. All of them, they sit in the corner of his roof, according to your prophet teaching. But we will let that story go. Let us continue. When he arrived to the valley of the ant, she said, hide, otherwise Sulaiman will crush you. What is the point of this story here? What is that?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Make no sense. And you know, you are the one who said to me, you sound like a gentleman, you know, I respect that in you. You said to me, the Quran challenge everyone to make. This is a story even for kids will laugh at it. This is good for a cartoon. We have to be honest, this is a cartoon. What does this have to do with God? In the same time, Sulaiman, he smiled at her speech, but you are the one who said to me, the ant, they have a signal, right? The ant actually, they communicate either by chemical or by vibration, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what speech mean? Did Allah choose the wrong word?
No, signal, see, from you need to understand something here. When this Quran verse was revealed, or in fact the whole Quran was revealed, this was revealed to people of Arab or whatever those tribes were, right? And they were more like uneducated people, so Allah wanted to explain them in a layman term. That is where he has actually used, he might have used a word called speech. If he used a signal at that time, obviously they didn't know about all those things, right? So
now we know about those things. What does that mean? Hold on, my friend. You see, you Muslim, you say that Allah, he predicted things in the future. We discover this and we discover this. Suddenly now Allah is speaking to them because he didn't know. First of all, nobody heard. This is a story. You can go right now and search in Google. You will find a book. It's called The Legend of the Jews. This is the Jews that tell their kids about Sulaiman, the glory of Sulaiman. He have a ring, he controlled the world, you know, he have a magical ring, he put a genie in the bowl, he was walking in the valley of the ant, then he put an ant in his hand, and the ant, she spoke to him. So, you know, this is from the Jewish stories. This is fairy tales. How those fairy tales appear in the book of Muhammad?
Okay, let me ask you, CP. There are so many things in Quran, right, which is giving greater meaning to humanity. Why do we need to go and cherry pick something which is a little bit ambiguous and which is not clear? Maybe there is some context behind that at that time which is not clearly explained. Even if you look at the translations of Quran, that was not written at the tafasir, whatever tafasir we have now, it was not written at the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So it was always already translated after maybe 200 plus years. So they might not have captured the actual context in which this particular surah was nuzul. It was like the reason why this was revealed.
Okay, let's focus on the Quran then. Forget about tafsir. Then he checked the birds. He found there is a bird missing. His name is a hoopoe. He said, if this bird is not there, if he did not give me an excuse, I'm going to make him barbecue. Read with me. This is verse number 20, 21. And then the bird, he went and he came back. He said, I found a woman. Now, in the back story, that the woman, she have no hair in her legs. She is very sexy, and you know it. Then, and he found her and her people worshiping the sun beside Allah. Those people worship the sun beside Allah. How they heard about Allah? Anyway, continue. And then we continue here, and they are talking about bringing this woman to him. They wanna bring this woman. So look what happened. Your God, he believe in Afrit. Do you know Afrit?
Mm-hmm.
What is Afrit?
What is that? Sorry, Afriki?
What is Afrit?
Is it an English word?
No, it's not either. Not Arabic too. Afrit is an Asian creature. He's an Asian creature. He's a giant, and he is like, he's a Satan and Asian at the same time, or let's say he's a genie, and he can go so fast in the blink of an eye. Like before you blink your eye, he can bring you a kingdom from its place. How in the world that God, he believe in such a thing? This is legions exist long before Islam. It's a fiction. Is there such a thing? It's called Afrit. He can bring you anything before you blink your eye.
Makes no sense.
Make no sense. And what is the point of this Afrit? And why Suleiman he have a Afrit?
See, I'll tell you something, CP. Like in Quran, obviously I don't know Arabic. I tried to learn Arabic to whatever extent I could. I rely on translation. I'm accepting that. And when I read Quran, there are a lot of things that were confusing, which were not making any sense. Then I leave it to Allah, saying maybe there was a context based on which it was revealed. So I always try to look at positive things that are coming. It's about showing mercy to people, giving charity.
But my friend, what does have to do with this? You see, hold on. Everybody, you know, even cult leaders, there's like, even between Christians, there's people who claim to be following Jesus, but they are fraud. They say, give it charity, donate to us, take their money, right? You know that, right? This exists everywhere, in every religion. So Muhammad is no different. Muhammad, he says, I will not meet with you unless you pay me. If you want to see, he made even a verse about it. If you want to meet the Prophet, you have to pay him in advance for private consultation. And then, what kind of a prophet are you? Did you pay me anything to talk to me? Okay.
No.
You know, do you think I don't need money? Do you think really I don't need money? All of us need money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm sitting here for many hours every day for free. What? And I'm not a prophet. I'm not a priest. I'm not a bishop. I don't claim even to be a good guy. All right? I'm a guy who carry his gun with him wherever he go. I'm not claiming to be good. So now, why you do not need to pay me to talk to me, but you have to talk, in order to talk to Muhammad, you have to spend something. And Muhammad, he claimed that this is charity. Why Jesus don't want you to spend something to meet him, to talk to him? Why we have to pay? I will give you another example. You said to me, I focus in the charity. No, forget about this one. This one is not a big deal. What is the business of Allah to say any woman she can offer herself to the Prophet, so the Prophet he can sleep with her? What is that for? Muhammad already he have many wives, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Why Allah he need to make a verse saying any believing woman she is welcome to offer herself to the Prophet so he can sleep with her, not to marry her? It says yastankihuha, to F her, excuse my language. Any believing woman, what does that have to do with God? I mean, the guy is already a prophet. The guy already have many wives. The guy already have many slaves to sleep with. Why he need his God to write a verse saying, and any believing woman she offer herself to the Prophet so he can sleep with her? What does have to do with God? Be honest with me.
Why translating that as sleep? It is it is coming from the root word nikah, which means marry.
No, nikah does not mean marry, and I can prove it to you in 2 seconds. Here we go. If a person, he divorced his wife 3 times, what do women she have to do in order to go back to her husband, the new husband? Do you know?
I know what you're referring to.
What she have to do? Tell me what she have to do. Is it enough to marry him, or she have to, excuse my language?
Is it mentioned in Quran?
Yes, it's mentioned in the Quran. You see, here we go, and you know how to read Arabic. It says, فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ مِن بَعْدْ حَتَّى تَنْكَحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. Now she married a new husband, but she have to do what? She have to do tankah to the new husband. Not only to marry the husband, she have to do tankah. He is a zawjan already. Tankah zawjan. He is a husband. So now she marry a husband, but she cannot go back unless she have sex with the guy. Is that correct?
I've heard about this halala that is being followed here in India and Pakistan, but I asked this about Mufti because it made really no sense to me. In fact, it was disgusting, and I asked my Mufti, and he said this is not from Quran. This is something like a culture, a practice that has been propagated here in Pakistan.
This is Quran. What? Not from Quran. This is Quran. This is come on. This is chapter 2, verse number 30. The same chapter of the Hindu, the cow chapter.
What is the verse? Let me write it down.
Chapter 2, verse number 230.
Chapter 2, Baqarah 230.
The Hindu chapter.
Sorry?
The Hindu chapter.
It's Surah Baqarah, right? Okay. No, that is, I don't accept that. That's injustice to the woman.
Not only injustice. This is stupid. I mean,
husband who did something wrong, that doesn't mean that the wife has to suffer.
Not only that, this is the most filthy thing ever you can imagine. Women, they go now, they find a new guy to marry him, but it's not enough. They have to sleep with him. Actually, here we go. We have a hadith here in front of you. I can put it for you. Where
but
a woman,
this is something not being how would I say, preferred. This is something to restrain people from giving divorce on the tip of the tongue.
My friend, who cares? Muhammad, he made this rule, make it easy to divorce.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is something which is considered as not a good thing. That's why if you put some constraints, obviously people will refrain from doing that. So that could be the reason why this was mentioned.
My friend, if you want to refrain it, make it like Jesus. Say to them, you don't divorce your wife unless she is committing adultery. Make it hard.
You cannot do that, right? There could be some circumstances. The moment you make it as forbidden, you cannot do it even if it requires. So it has to be, it cannot be forbidden, and at the same time,
can't you make it hard by many ways? As an example, if you divorce your wife, you lost half of your income, half of your money. Then people will think twice. Here we go. We find a solution. He will think a million times before he divorce her. So there's many ways. I'm not God, but we can solve it. But he make it so easy, one word, and she is divorced. And here we go. This is a story of a woman. She married from a guy. She was married to a guy. His name is Rifa. Now she married a guy. His name is Abdul Rahman. But obviously his intention is to marry Abdul Rahman, but she don't want to sleep with him. You see, that's why I said to you, Zawaj is not nikah. She did Zawaj. She did already Zawaj to Abdul Rahman. Then the guy, he started beating her because she refused to sleep with him. She went to Aisha. And as you see, Aisha, she said, I have not seen any suffering women as much as the believer women. And this is Aisha's statement, which means Muslim women, they are really having a horrible life in the time of Muhammad. This is Aisha witnessing that the most suffering women are Muslim women. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. Muhammad, instead of taking the side of the woman who is just beaten by her husband, he took the side of the man. And then he told her, the guy, he came and he told him, that she don't want to sleep with me. Muhammad, he said, you should know that you cannot go back to Abdul Rahman, to go back to Rifa, unless you taste the juice, the intercourse, the orgasm. In Arabic it says يذوق عسيلتك. Go to the dictionary, you see عسيلة mean the semen, the orgasm. So until you cannot go back to him until you taste his orgasm and he tastes your orgasm. What kind of prophet? He is forcing them women to be raped.
That could have been specific to Abdul Rahman. Where does it say that this applies?
No, my friend, this is the verse. This is the verse in the Quran. This is exactly what happened. This woman, she married a new guy. She thought the verse, as you said, the verse says, marry a new husband. So she said to herself, okay, I will marry a new husband. And then when he tried to sleep with me, I will not let him do it. Then he divorced me. Then I go back to my husband. But the verse saying, marry and do nikah, not only marry. So تنكح زوجا غيره until she if a new husband. This is why your prophet here saying you cannot go back to your previous husband unless, excuse my language, unless you if the new husband. And this hadith is reported many times, and this is Sahih Bukhari. You cannot go back to your previous husband. And look at the false translation here says, until consummate your marriage. Where it says, though, it says until you taste his juice. You change the translator, or here you go down. It says until you taste his sweetness, and you taste his, and he tastes your sweetness. Still, this one is a false translation because this is not sweetness. This is his orgasm. Look, all of them, they are giving you taste her sweetness and she tastes his sweetness. But there's no sweetness. Usayla is the orgasm here. This is a different translation. Look, sweetness of intercourse. Look at this. Sweetness of intercourse. What is that? Look like the sperms of the Arab is sweet. They eat too much sugar. What kind of a prophet he said to a woman? If your husband, the poor woman, she want to go back mostly because her husband divorced her, she have children, she want to go back to her children, not because of the idiot husband. And now she cannot go back to the previous husband unless she is being raped, literally, because the other guy, as you see, he's beaten her. And Muhammad, he told her, aha, if you think you can go back there, no. You have to let the guy if you, and then he divorce you, and then you can go back to the previous husband. What kind of religion this religion is?
No, you cannot call it as I'm accepting that it's a wrong practice, but you cannot call it as a rape because it involves the, how would I say, the woman, the wife has to agree to that marriage. Only then it happens.
No, you see, the guy is beating her. The woman, she don't want to sleep with him. The women, I just showed you the hadith, my friend. The woman, she don't want the guy. And she is making all kind of executed. Read carefully. Read carefully.
Stop him from doing that?
Huh?
So Prophet Muhammad did not stop him from...
No, he took the side of the man. The hadith in front of you. This is, you can open it from your side. Sahih al-Bukhari 5825. Muhammad, he took the side of the man after he did beat her. And the reason he did beat her, she didn't want to sleep with him. When she went to Muhammad, they asked her, why you are not sleeping with him? He says, he cannot have sex. But obviously this is not true. She's making an excuse. She don't want to sleep with him. Muhammad, he takes side. He says, you need to know, you cannot go back to your husband, previous husband, unless he tests your orgasm and you test his orgasm. But look what happened in the process. Aisha, she said,
hadith number?
Hadith number is 5825.
I'll definitely refer and ask.
Sahih al-Bukhari. And the woman, she have a skin. Her skin is greener than her clothes. Shouldn't at least Muhammad says to him, why you are beating her? Different hadith says, a man will not be questioned about why he is beating his wife.
But that depends on the context. It's not like a generic
All is the
statement.
context is the same. Here we go. Did your prophet ask the woman why he beat you? He did not even say anything about beating her, as if nothing happened. Aisha, she said, look at her. Her skin is greener than her clothes. It's not only just a beating, it is severe beating. Her skin is greener than her clothes. Muhammad, he took the side, and actually he sent a verse saying the women or the men are in charge of women, so beat them. And this is a rape. The woman, she don't want to sleep, even if he's the husband. If the woman, she don't want to sleep with him, why Muhammad saying to her, oh, you have to do it? The woman, she is seeking refuge, coming to the house of Muhammad, hoping that he will help her against the husband, correct? Otherwise, why she is coming there? What do you think? The husband is already beating her, right?
As I said, I need to study. I need to refer. I'll ask Imam of my masjid, and I will definitely.
Why we don't call the Imam right now?
No, right now it's not. He won't be available. So yeah.
Why not? Isn't it his job is to answer Muslims? Isn't he an Imam?
No, it's daytime here. It's like 9:30 and 9:50.
That's perfect time to call an Imam. He's
No,
an Imam.
he
This is
won't
his
be
job.
available in masjid. I don't have his number, so
You call the masjid. Call the masjid. Call the masjid. Let us hear him. Call the masjid, because he cannot answer you, my friend. What he will say to you? The Quran says it clearly. الرجال قوامون على النساء. The men are in charge of women. In which way? Do this and do this and do this. And if you fear that they will disobey you, if you fear, beat them. The guy, he did what his God saying. He did beat her. And now Muhammad is forcing the women to go back to her husband, which she don't like, obviously. And now he is going to beat her again if she refused to take off her clothes.
As I said, I need to refer. I need to ask.
No problem. Forget about it. Okay, no problem. No problem. But let us go back. Let us go back. You said to me yourself about the story of Sulaiman. Nothing there makes sense, correct?
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, but this is Quran. So how? What kind of God? His teaching doesn't make sense. And you are the one who says to me, nobody
because
can make
those
Quran
are the
like the Quran.
stories. See, you need to understand. At least from my side, I look at Quran in two ways. There are some things which is meant for the whole humanity in general. That is something like a message to the whole humanity which we need to follow. And there are some contexts. There are some verses and ayah which is related to a specific period of time to prove or to provide some details about those people. So I assume that this is falling in the second category.
Okay, but what as an example, did Allah make a special verses for Muhammad, just made for him, special law? How many wives Muhammad he can have?
But he came to spread the message, right?
Okay.
So he need to.
So if I come to spread the message, that means I can. Excuse me, my friend.
Let me complete.
I will let you. If I came to spread the message, that means I can excuse my language, more women than others.
No, it's not that. You need to. So, you cannot look it in this way, right?
No, I can. No, I can. Why not? Why not? Why? If he is a messenger and he is a Muslim, is he a Muslim or he's not a Muslim?
He's a Muslim.
Okay. Why he is a Muslim but he don't want to follow Islam?
What do you mean he didn't follow Islam? Where he didn't follow Islam?
If a Muslim person have 5 wives, the woman number 5 is adultery, correct?
That he was a special Muslim.
He will be stoned. He will be stoned to death. So you are saying to me, Muhammad, his specialty is to have more women and commit adultery.
No, it's not. It's not about that. There is a reason why he has, as I mentioned.
Why he has? Give me the reason.
He needs to spread his message to different people.
None of those women he married, they help him to spread the message. All of them, either they are captured, or a woman he took from a guy who died before him, like Sauda. Her husband died because he sent him to war.
No, I'm talking about his wives. I'm talking about his wives. I'm not talking about.
His wives already they are believers. Aisha, she is the daughter of Abu Bakr, and the other women who they are not believers, he kidnapped them anyway. What they can do? Who care about this? They are slaves already, like Safiya. So I asked you why he have a special law. You said to me because he's a special. What is special about him? Did Moses have a special law that he can sleep with more women than other Jews? Did Abraham have a special law? Did anyone? Why is a so what is a prophet? So what if he's a prophet?
No, see, I'm not saying that Moses or Jesus, whatever it is, they had their own role for a specific period of time for specific people. But if you look at Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the last prophet.
So what if he's the last prophet, my friend? So what does that mean? So he's the last. Okay, he is the last prophet. He is the last prophet. He have 13 wives. He have hundreds of slaves. He can sleep with them. Why he made a verse and any woman she can offer herself to the prophet? What is that for? Give me a reason. You see, I'm single. So if God says, and I am a prophet, says, a Christian prince, any woman she offer herself to him, it's because this poor guy, he is single, he's trying to find a wife maybe. So his God is trying to help him, no problem. But this guy already have 13 mother-in-law. He have hundreds of sex slaves. Why he need to? Not only that, it says in your interpretation for the verses, if the prophet eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her, so the prophet can have her.
But see, I cannot sitting here after 1400 years. I cannot predict.
Doesn't matter after 400 years, my friend. After 1400 years or 1 year, do you respect a man? He see your wife with my respect your family. Then he wanna force you to divorce your wife because he like her, just because he's a prophet. Is that what the prophet do?
No.
Okay, so we have to be honest. What 1400 years? I mean, people are human.
I'm talking about the context. You asked me why he did that, so I said, obviously, sitting here, I cannot say that.
Why we cannot say that? Why? I mean, the guy already have many wives. What does have to do? What does have to do with Islam anyway? The guy already married.
I'll tell you something. I'll give a simple example for it. For example, if you look at a man being punished for his crime, and if you just look at someone punishing him or giving him a death penalty, and without knowing the context, you cannot ask questions saying, is he wrong in killing that person, right?
My friend, we know the context. We know the context. The man in front of us, his name is Muhammad. He have 13 wives. Even Aisha, she said, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, he rushed into your lust. The God, he worked for Muhammad. Muhammad, he had a fight with Aisha and Hafsa. Do you know that fight?
I know you're referring to that incident of Maria al-Qibtiyya.
Okay. Muhammad, he slept with Mary the Copt. They found him sleeping with her.
But there is a conflict there, right? Some
no problem. Forget about the conflict.
It is about
forget about the conflict. Forget about the conflict. I'm not going to talk about it. I want you to read for me the following verse and tell me who is the one who made this verse.
Which one?
Chapter 66, verse number 5.
It may be if he divorced you, that his Lord will give him instead of you wives better than you. Muslims who submit to Allah, believers obedient to Allah, turning to Allah in repentance, worshipping Allah sincerely, fasting, or immigrants for the sake of Allah, previously married and virgin.
Okay. Who is the one who made this verse?
Allah has made this one.
What if I show you that the one who said this verse is Umar al-Khattab? Read with me.
What do you mean?
Umar is the one who created this verse. Muhammad, he copied it. He claimed Allah sent it to him.
What is the proof?
Here we go. As you know, I don't speak without proof. You need to remember one thing, my friend. I will never say something. Never. Unless it's true.
Because
I have thousands of people. This is recorded.
Which surah this belongs to?
What?
This verse belongs to which surah?
The verse I showed you. This is this is chapter At-Tahrim 66.
Okay, 66.
Okay, yeah. So if we go here, let us see the hadith. Let us close some pages. Here we go. Read with me. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Let us go. Omar saying, my Lord agreed with me in 3 things. By the way, there are more than 10. But this hadith here says 3. I said, take the Kaaba as a place station for prayer. Allah, he took the verse as it is. He put it there. I said, make them wear hijab. Allah, he said, he took the verse as I said. I said, it may be Allah will divorce you. Allah, He sent the verse exactly as I have said. Read with me.
My Lord, agreed with me. Three things. First, I said, O Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I wish you took the station of Abraham as a praying place. So divine inspiration came, and you took the people's station. Okay. Second,
does it say? So this verse, the same as I had said, was revealed. Who is the one? Who is the one?
It could be a coincidence, right? Because see, if
my
you
friend, what coincidence? I mean, the guy, he said it first. The guy, he said, Muhammad, he put it in the Quran, and he claimed that Allah told him it's the same as I have said. you remember you told me the Quran is made by Allah. We asked you about the ant. Here we go. He's even copying Umar al-Khattab.
No, you cannot correlate this with what I said in the beginning, right? Because the way the style of Quran is different. So even if it is referring to a context which is being said by someone else, but the representation and the language and the grammar.
No, it's the same exactly. He quote Omar. This is why it says the verse same as. Does it say, my friend? Does it say? Does it say the same as I had said? The same as I had said.
Yeah, the meaning of it was same as he said.
Okay, no, the meaning. It says the same as I have said, not the meaning. Not the meaning. He said to him, take the Kaaba as a station. The Quran, we have the verse. Take the Kaaba as a station. Who said that? Umar al-Khattab. The hijab is from Umar al-Khattab. The divorce of the wife of Muhammad, Umar al-Khattab. So what is Allah?
I'll definitely refer to these.
So nobody can make Quran, and then we find Allah quoting the ant, even shaitan. I mean, the ant, the bird, the women, the jinn. There's a chapter. It's called the chapter of the genie. All the chapter is the genie talking. The genies are talking. So how this is the Quran of Allah, made by Allah, when they are saying to me that the Quran, Allah was narrating what they said. So this is not Allah talking then. Secondly,
no, it is Allah who is talking.
Secondly, have you ever heard of a stupid God? Have you ever heard of a stupid God?
How do you mean by that?
Okay. If Allah, now if we go to Allah and we say to him, in the case of murder, Allah, what we should do? Do Allah have the ability to give us the correct law?
No, it is not everything is there in Quran, right? Obviously, Prophet.
No, we are talking about the Quran now. We are talking about the Quran. Focus with me. I'm talking about the Quran.
No, this is what I'm saying. Obviously, Quran and its limited text cannot explain about each and every jurisdiction.
No, it's explainable because simply this is in the case of murder. So Allah, He gave you a law. So if you're saying to me, this law cannot be explained, that's mean this law is not a law, because people, they need to practice it. So if we cannot understand the law, which we not need to practice, that means this book is not written by a God, written by an idiot, because how we can follow Allah if we cannot understand the law? So read with me, chapter 2, verse number 178. It says, "O who you believe in the law of equality is prescribed for you in the case of murder." So this is a law about murder. What do you do? Free for the free, slave for the slave, women for the women. Is that a law coming from God, or this is coming from an idiot who took too much hashish? Are you there?
What does it mean? Slave for slave?
If I am a free white man and I kill a white man, I will be killed. If I am a white man and free man and I kill the slave, a black man, you kill my slave. If I kill your wife, you kill my wife. What's wrong with this religion? So the foolish Muhammad, he heard that the Musas, he have a law, it says eye for an eye. So he said, this is the law of eye for eye. You kill my wife, I kill yours. But this is not the case. Because now we have two victims. If you kill my wife, you will be killed, not the wife. So Muhammad saying free for the free, slave for the slave, women for the women. And you can read the interpretation. Was this is a good law or this is a bad law?
No, if I go by this text, no, this is stupidity.
Okay, just to show you how stupid this God is. What do you say if I say to you, Allah, he changed his mind second day?
But can you show me the explanation for this verse?
Sure, here we go. This is chapter 2, verse 178. Here.
Does the tafsir also support this?
Sure, absolutely. The tafsir is supported with a lot of gas. Here we go. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. Read with me. A free man is killed for a free man and not for a slave. And a slave for a slave and a female for a female.
I can't see anything on the screen.
It's going to come to you. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain and this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan.
Just give me a second, please. Give me a second.
No problem.
Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, now I can see. Okay, and this is Jalalain.
Mm-hmm.
But here, if you see, the Sunnah makes it clear that a male may be killed in retaliation for a female.
The Sunnah, this is the Sunnah, because later this verse is abrogated. You need to understand that this verse, Allah, he put X on it later. People, they start laughing at this law. So Muhammad, as usual, because he's a fraud, he said, okay, forget about this verse. Bingo. Can you believe it?
Where does this say that this is abrogated?
It's abrogated. If you read the same interpretation, this verse is abrogated. This is why you Muslims don't follow this no more. Okay, so why Allah he made it? If it is wrong, if it's stupid. And then the Arab, they start making fun of Muhammad. They said, look at this guy. He enjoy an order from his God in the morning. He cancel it at night or second day. This is why in the Quran it says here, and as we read, chapter 2, verse 106, none of our revelation we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. Allah, he sent revelation and he want to cause it to be forgotten. I thought the Quran is preserved. We substitute something better or similar. This is why I call it, this verse is the verse of the BS. Better or similar. So Allah will make you forget it because he will make a better one. Like what the heck? So Allah, he admit that his first law or first verses were stupid and now we need to fix it. And because now you might say to me, maybe it means something
not
else.
About fixing. See, as I mentioned, right, on different situation, the conditions may be different. So obviously,
my friend, the same prophet, the second day, the same prophet, the same message, the same God, the second day. Read with me. This is a chapter 2.
This is what I'm saying. For example, if I'll just give you an example. If I say today it's snowing outside, wear your jacket.
My friend, this is the law of murder. This is the law.
That doesn't mean that I'm a
No, this is the law of murder. The law of murder is a law of murder. Guy, he killed the guy. What is the punishment for the guy? Give me the punishment. Now we know, we are not questioning if he killed or not. He killed. So we confirm that he killed. Okay, what is the punishment? That punishment should not change. Because simply now we know that this guy is a victim, this guy is a criminal. We don't change it second day. Then we go, chapter 2, verse 106, we go to the tafsir. The Arabs start laughing at Muhammad. For this guy, he enjoys something in the morning to his followers. 106. And he changed it second day.
What does the Muslim say?
What it changed? You said to me. You said to me whether. You said to me whether is a crime is a whether you change second day the law for it. I just made a law yesterday.
Give me an example. Just give me an example.
But it doesn't make sense, my friend. This is not an example. This is sorry. We are 106. This is 101. So why it's going there?
No, see, I'm asking this question, right? This specific word or the verdict regarding murder.
Read carefully. When the disbelievers
has not been refuted by any imam or
nobody can refute. Nobody can refute. That's why no Muslim sheikh dare to call me. When the disbelievers began to write, they are starting making fun. The disbelievers start making fun of Muhammad in the matter of abrogation, saying that one day Muhammad enjoins his companions in one thing, and the next day he forbid it. It's not even next year. He told them in the case of murder, what?
Give me one example for that.
I just gave you an example. And there's tons of them. The Quran witness for the Quran saying we are going to cancel and we give you something better or similar. And if it's something similar, why you want to cancel it anyway? So this believer, they start laughing at Muhammad, and this is Tafsir al-Jalalain, as you see. They say Muhammad in the morning he gave an order coming from his God. Second day he changed the order. Why Allah find himself wrong?
This makes no sense. Okay, I'll ask this question also. I've noted down.
But my friend, you keep saying to me, I will ask the question, but you are the one who said to me the Quran doesn't make sense already.
No, this is what I'm saying. At least based on my understanding so far, it doesn't make sense. So
okay, so what that will have an impact on you as a person? You just said the Quran does not make sense because we are showing you. Okay, does it make sense? My friend. This is the explanation. So your scholar will not be a higher scholar than Tafsir al-Jalalain, correct?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, so based in al-Jalalain, who is the highest between them? We can open al-Qurtubi, we can open Ibn Kathir, we can open al-Tabari, whatever you want. This is the interpretation they will give you. So the guy who is Abdul in the mosque, he do not know what he's talking about. This guy, he have no idea.
No, I'm not talking about some imam. He's a how would I say, mufti. I don't know.
What a big mufti. All of them, they are the same, my friend. It's a job they get, but they have no idea what mufti. They have to go back to this and decide based on this. Otherwise, the Muslim will rip them apart.
We cannot judge something just based on the text. Obviously, he being the expert in that field, he'll be able to explain me what exactly was the context, why exactly this is like that.
My friend, so why tafsir exists then? Is this guy, his name is written in the tafsir? Do he have a tafsir book?
No, it is. See, this tafsir is not meant for a common person, right? We need to at least have some foundation.
Okay, but he himself, he learned his religion from where? From here? From this book? Okay. So if this book gave you the answer, why you want to go to the guy? I'm not against you to go there.
See, I'm not saying. For example, there are a lot of books on medical surgeries and all, right? Just a normal person cannot read that book and perform a surgery.
My friend, this is not a medical surgery. If this is a God, he cannot make it clear to you. Then he cannot make it clear to the mufti, because the mufti is just a human being like you. What is going to make him special? Secondly, isn't it the Quran says that the scholars of Islam is the one who say we believe, not the one who knows? Nobody can explain the Quran. The Quran says that. No one. And the scholars is the only one, if they can be called scholar, only if they say we believe, not because they know. Read with me. This is your Quran. No one knows what the Quran means save Allah, because it's a stupid book. Muhammad himself couldn't explain. Seeking the hiding meaning, and none knows the hiding meaning save Allah. So they ask Muhammad, when Muhammad, you said this, what does that mean? Allah knows best, because he is a thief. He himself is not making anything, especially when it's come to something details. He do not know. So what the point of this book? Is this the book a book of guidance? No. The book in front of you, it says no. It says this is not a book of guidance. This is a book to deceive. Read me carefully. It says part of the Quran is entirely clear. Which part? I changed the Muslim to show me a verse is clear. And then there's verses which nobody knows what they mean, and they are made to make the one who have sickness in their heart more sick. But look how stupid it is. Because the one who will read the Quran and the one who believes in the Quran,
especially the concept of Khadr, doesn't make sense to me. Saying that doesn't make sense.
Concept of what?
Khadr.
You mean the Prophet Al-Khadr?
No, Taqdeer.
The Qadar.
Muqaddar, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense too. So you just deny Islam because this is one of the base of Islam, Al-Qadar. So you are out of Islam, my friend. Already you are ex-Muslim.
No.
Yeah, you are. You just say the destiny. Sense. You just say the destiny of Islam does not make sense to you. So Islam does not make sense to you. You just conquer Islam now. You're out. And you are right. I mean, what kind of religion? It says that Adam, he did commit sin because Allah forced him to. What is that? How in the world?
No, see, I'm not saying that it is. See, when I mention it doesn't make sense to me, at least based on my understanding or to the some of the people I've heard, Zakir Naik, he's like a joker to me. He doesn't make any sense to me. He's just fooling the people. I accept it, but there might be a better explanation for it.
Well, there's no better explanation. What is it? My friend, the explained is explained by your prophet. Who is the best to explain something to you? Who's the best to explain it? Your prophet, right?
Prophet.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you: if a child he die, he go where? A child is an infant. He's like 2 days old, 6 months old. Where he die?
He go to Jannah.
Who said so?
This is what I've been heard.
Your prophet says no, because of the destiny. Aisha and Muhammad, they went to attend the funeral, and this is in al-Bukhari, and this is a Muslim, etc. So this is Sahih, 100%. So Aisha, she said to him, well, you know what? This person, they just came from the funeral, little baby. You know, he will be a bird from the birds of paradise. This is what everybody will say. Very nice words from Aisha. God Messenger was invited to a funeral of a boy who belonged to Ansar, so he's a son of a Muslim family. There's no reason for him not to be there anyway. And I said, oh Messenger of Allah, this one is blessed. He is one of the young ones in paradise, for he has done no evil, being too young for that. He replied, it might be the otherwise. For God, he created the some who goes to paradise, doing so when they were still in their father backbone, not loins, fast translation. And he created the others who go to hell, doing so when they were still in their backbone. So based on this, even a child who never commits sin, we don't know, he might go to hell, because we don't know. Allah, when he created them, he decided who will go to hell, who will go to heaven. But as you know, my friend, a child who commit no sin, as you said, and you agreed with me, right? He shall go to heaven, yes. Correct? Okay.
Yes.
So why this guy will go to hell? Don't you and me, we agree that hell is for the one who did bad?
Yes.
This is a baby. I hope I did not touch something, hurt you. I don't know if you have a child or something, because I feel like as if you are crying or something.
putting a lot of doubts in my mind now.
So, my friend, this is not from God. God is about just. Don't we agree?
Yes.
So, is that justice? That a child, he's an infant, he died, he did not commit any sin, still he might go to hell?
In fact, this is the same question I had. I once read about the incident of Banu Qurayza. It didn't make any sense to me.
Everything, my friend, doesn't make sense. This religion doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that there's a God who will give you women with big boobs, endless penis. Isn't it? This is obvious. This is from the devil. Imagine if I come to your home and I give you a card, says, "Believe in me, I am a prophet, and I have a pictures of girls in this card, naked pictures." I say, "We'll give you a lot of those if you follow me." Isn't it obvious this is from the devil? Do we have to be really so, intelligent to know? This man is making fun of everybody. He's devilish. He don't want you even to believe that a little baby who commit no sin, he did not even reach the age to do sin. This is not only not just, this is evil. Jesus says, if you don't become like the little ones, you will not enter the kingdom of my Father. So Jesus made it clear that the little ones, they are granted to be in the kingdom of God. The little ones. Why? Because they commit no sin. God is about justice. God, he judges us. We don't go to the judge unless we are accused of something or we did something, correct?
Yeah.
This person accused of what? And he did what? Nothing. So I invite you, my friend, I'm not going to say your name in public. I will leave that for you. I invite you to leave Islam right now. You are smarter than this.
It's not a easy decision, right? I've been
my friend
who said
my friend, this is not really about easy or hard. It is hard for sure. I'm not saying it's easy. This is not taking a shower and that's easy, that's it. But you agreed with me that this is garbage.
No, I'm acknowledging, in Christian Prince, I'm a logical person. I'm educated. I hold a PhD degree, so it's not like, it's some.
So you are a doctor. You are a doctor. I don't know doctor in what, but a person who have a PhD.
Science.
In what? Computer science?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to come and fix my hadith.
There are a lot of gray areas. I always had that question, but I always thought that, this is something, the deficiency in my iman, that's the reason why I'm getting this question. No, to be frank, I could never digest the fact of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ marrying a 6-year-old. That is something.
This is one of many garbage he does. This guy, all his life is garbage.
To be frank, I was defending about that, but when my own daughter turned 6 years old, I looked, to be frank, I'm accepting this in public. I cried when I looked and imagined that about my daughter. That is something which disgusted me. So as I mentioned, there are some gray areas about the Prophet's life, Prophet ﷺ life, that is kind of difficult for me to digest, but I was always assuming that, Quran is perfect, and this still I assume, I'm believing, and whatever doubts I have, I will get the answers to it. But
I think now,
but I'm a logical person. If this is not being proven or explained properly, then I'm brave enough to accept this, saying I will leave Islam if this is what you're showing it to be.
Well, it's in front of you. I mean, why are you saying you will leave? You will leave. You have a PhD, my friend.
I need to talk to
my friend. Is it in front of you? I mean, a person have a PhD. Let us be honest, my friend. Come on. Is it really hard for you to understand this?
I'm an expert in a specific field, so I need to ask.
What a specific field? I mean, the guys who were there in front of Muhammad, they are imams. Aisha was imam. Aisha, she's a kid.
Situation,
so
because obviously
Aisha, the
when I
kid,
look at someone like Muhammad Hijab or what is the other name, Ali Dawa, they are bunch of idiots to me. They mean nothing to me. They are the one who is destroying the name of Islam. So I don't follow such people. Obviously I'll have my reference from an authentic source, and I'll definitely research on that.
Well, that will not change anything. There is a lot of people, they are doing business.
I'll come back to you. I promise I'll come back with my own research. Either I will prove you wrong or I'll accept that I'm wrong. I don't feel any shame in accepting that I'm wrong if I'm wrong.
No problem. I respect that on you. I will, you can, I'm not going to push you to say that you are out of Islam, but for me, I have a strong feeling that already you are 90% out. I mean, maybe your foot is stuck in the jar. I can help you to push it out. But as you see, this is a stupid
These
call.
questions I always had in mind from past 4 years. I'll give one small incident. I was working in Saudi Arabia some time back, and I had spent so much time with Zakir Naik. He was there in Jeddah for some time. In fact, I invited him to my house. He was there, and there were some things I refuted on him, saying your knowledge on so and so things is wrong. So I'm not a person, who will mince the words while speaking. I'm brave enough to accept what is right, what is wrong is wrong.
Yeah, in Zakir Naik, he says that the word hur mean a male and female, but the Quran says yatmutahunna. In Arabic, anyone who speaks Arabic, that the letter is called nun and nuswa. In you add it at the word, that will make it for females. And this idiot, he says that the word hur is male and female. And he says, sister, inshallah, you will have many hur too.
He's only uneducated Muslim will believe in him and follow him. Any person, logical
but
Muslim,
all of them, they are the same. And my friend, if Zakir Naik is the problem, we have bigger problem. Look at this idiot Muhammad. I mean, come on. You don't want to say it, but I can say it. You are shy to say it, but already in your heart you can tell.
It's not that I'm shy, but it's my respect for him that this is how I've been brought up. So
I don't respect a child molester. Do you respect somebody? Do you respect somebody who go after girls, little girls?
No.
Okay, so how will respect him? You see, if I see you in the street, I will be happy to invite you to my house to have a coffee with you, drink coffee with me. But if you discover that my wife is 6 years old, you will run away from me. You will spit at me, correct?
That's true.
Okay, so what respect? Respect is for people who earn respect. Respect is not guaranteed to everybody. There's people, my friend, they are lower than pigs. This is true. There's people lower than animals. This is true. There's a criminal, there's rapists. They are lower than a human being. They are because a human being is the one who act like a human being, not the one who look like a human being.
But what is the problem if I say that there are some? If I accept there are some things that is wrong, and that is done by Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Maybe it's because of whatever it is, but still that doesn't prove that Islam is wrong.
No, it proves Islam is wrong because you are receiving guidance.
He will be punished.
My friend, you are receiving guidance from a false man. The Lord, he said, the Messiah, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. What do you think about this sentence?
No, if I'm learning from some teacher, obviously that doesn't mean that everything he teaches will be right.
No, my friend. The Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. What do you think about the sentence? You know me from my fruit, right? Not from my speech. I can speak good to you.
Yeah.
Right? There's many people, they speak good. They cheat. They lie. They do everything, correct?
Right now.
Okay. So speaking good doesn't make you good. Claiming to be good doesn't make you good. But your fruit is the judge. The fruit of Muhammad is ugly. What more fruit? I mean, name one thing Muhammad did is not wrong. He tortured a man for telling him about his money. The guy, he owned the money. The guy, he forced Abu Bakr to give him his daughter. The guy, he kidnapped women from their husbands. The man, he made it lawful to rape women who they are already married. The man, he allowed theft. The man, he ordered muta. What about muta? What do you think about muta?
That is disgusting thing.
A woman, she can rent herself to a man for a day or 2 hours. What kind of a prophet this prophet is?
But isn't that abrogated?
This is he see. I mean, he was stupid or what? I mean, since when adultery and fornication need to be abrogated? So you allowed it to be. Is it forbidden already from the time of Moses? Correct?
No. He if I remember it correctly, there was a situation where Sahaba was in at the time of war. They
no, my friend, if it's the time of the war, Muhammad, he died and there's war. If this is the reason, this is a fabrication, because until now Muslims, they never have have war. Name for me one Muslim country is not in war. You're from Pakistan, you have a war from India. Does that mean you do muta? You say no, it's abrogated. So always there was war.
Today's war is different than the other.
It is the same. It is the same. Secondly, there's no war because a man he came. He said to Muhammad, "Can we do this?" He said, "Nankahu bithawb." This is not a war. He go a women. A war. They go kidnap women from their husband. They do not need women. They bring women with them. When you are in war, you are going to war, and what when war do? They bring malakat al-yamin, the slaves. So they are not short of women. Those are people who they are walking in the street, and then they see a woman, and they say to her, "Do you like to sleep with me? How much? What do you have?" He say, "Well, I have this," and they exchange the service. Is that correct?
But if you see the last sentence, Ali made it clear that Prophet ﷺ said the muta marriage has been cancelled.
My friend, what kind of a God? Secondly, the God he allowed, Muhammad, he cancelled it. Read with me carefully, just to prove to you that when they said to you this about war, it's a lie. They were asking him to be, my friend, they asked him, they thought maybe they can do what the Christians do, like the monks. They don't get married, they don't have sex. Look what, read with me. We used to participate in the holy battle led by Allah Messenger. This is about what? This is a war here, right? Okay. And then he says, and we have nothing with us. We don't have a wife. This is the hadith they are going to mention to you. And they said to him, shall we get ourselves castrated, which means we don't do sex? He forbid us, and then he allow us to marry women with temporary contract. This is the Muslim translation, correct? Okay. How you marry and you are in war? Have you ever heard of somebody riding a horse when he is in war, and now he marry a woman and he is in the horse? No, obviously, but all the time they are in war. To marry a woman.
It's talking about if you read this clearly, it says this was during the time of battles.
My friend, in the time of battle, you have no time for marriage. You have no time for women, and you are riding the horse. This is not, obviously, they are not in the horse. They are not in war. They are asking a woman.
When we say war, that
okay, hold on. Let me ask you. Does the Quran says you take malakatul yamin, you take your right hand possess in the war? Muslims can't take the women slaves, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if they are in war, they have women. They are not short of women. But here we are talking.
He's talking about a situation when they had no one with them.
Before the attack? Okay, let us say for the sake of argument. So they are not in war yet. So why I'm going to rent a woman? Can't I hold myself? So we allow.
That's a valid question.
We allow women and men. They are Muslims. He is renting a Muslim woman. So we allow a Muslim woman to do jihad by taking off her panty? Oh, this is a mujahid. Tomorrow he will go to war. Can you take off your panty? He will give you $10.
That's a valid thing, because I travel to different places in the world for 1 month or 2 months. That doesn't mean that I...
My friend, the proof that this is very bad and ugly, he himself, he forbid it later, correct? Why?
No, it was during the time of...
No. Muhammad war never stopped. Muhammad war never stopped until he died. Muhammad, in the last time of his life, he went to Tabuk to attack the Roman. So his war never stopped. From the first day to the last day. So how he forbid it? Nothing changed. War is war. But people, they start laughing at him. People, they start saying, look at this idiot. He is allowing people to practice prostitution. And not only that, let me show you a surprise before before we finish for today, in case you don't want to see. Don't you know that your God Allah, He allow prostitution?
But I'll ask you one question. If, as you're saying, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was so bad, why is he being respected all over the world, not just by Muslims, but non-Muslims?
Nobody respects him. That's a lie. They respect terrorists only until now. Until now, my friend, until now. Who respect him? Nobody. We are the Arab. We laugh at him. Every single Arab. My friend. Do you believe in the Quran or not? Do you believe in the Quran or not?
Yeah.
Okay. The Arab in the time of Muhammad, did they respect him or laugh at him?
They respected him. Somewhere, obviously, with evil mind, they were
not a single person respected him. That is not true. Here we go. All those verses in the Quran
they used to call him Sadiq al-Amin.
No, they don't call him. This is a lie. They never called him Sadiq al-Amin. This is the Muslim stories. The Arab in front of you, they said to him, this is nothing but a fairy tale. Chapter 6, verse number 25. Chapter 8, verse number 31. Chapter 16, verse 24. Chapter 23, verse number 83. Chapter 25, 5. Chapter 27, 68. 46, 17. 68, 15. 83, 13. All of those, they are saying to him one thing. What you are saying to us is stupid. Not only that, they said to him, if we want to create something like this, like the Quran, we can, but this is stupid. Read chapter 8, verse number 31. They accuse him to be crazy. They accuse him to be mental. They accuse him to be a thief. So when they say to you they respected him, so why they fought him? Why when Muhammad he died, the same day, more than 80% of the Muslims, they left Islam? If they respect the guy, if they believe in him, because he forced them.
No,
right now, you are from Pakistan just yesterday. Let us show you the respect. Who dare not to respect Muhammad? The guy, he said, he supposedly, and I believe they are lying. I don't think he dared to do so. He insulted the Prophet. They killed the guy and they burned him.
That is disgusting. That is not what
but this is what your Prophet used to do. Your Prophet even said, even he to the Muslims, because they are not coming to pray in the Friday, he says, I would love to burn those people, but because Allah forbid burning the ants, whatever, for Suleiman burning. So Ali, he burned people alive. For what? You don't agree with him in the religion, not because they are doing crime. So when you say to people they respected him, that is fear. Your Prophet, he says, I've been victorious by terror from a distance of 1 month's journey. 1 month journey. This is how respected he is. People, they fear him from a month journey. Do you see how peaceful he is? Have you ever heard of somebody he feared Jesus from a month journey? Nobody. Why do you want to fear Jesus from 1 month journey? You fear somebody from a 1 month journey because he is a criminal only. Otherwise, nobody should fear a good man who is coming to practice good things. So, my friend, I have a last call to say to you. Be smart and denounce this cult. Leave this religion, because your soul might be taken from you today, tonight, now. You never know. And you don't wake up tomorrow and you are following the devil Muhammad.
I'll definitely think about this.
Okay, I cannot force you. Well, think about it as much as you want. And you have a PhD, so I trust your intelligence. I will be waiting for you to call me some other time when we go live on air.
Sure.
Right, my friend. And I'm not going to mention your name for your security in case you decide to leave Islam. But sure. I have an offer for you before you leave. Why we don't offer the sheikh who is going to answer you to call me and you join the conversation? What do you think?
Definitely, I'll do that.
Okay, because simply, let us say, you said he's a mufti, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a mufti. I will show you that he is no match to speak to me for 5 minutes. Is that a good deal?
But it has to be in a respectful way.
I will speak to him in a very. You will be my witness. I promise you. Just tell me this is the guy. Just to know that this is not just an average person calling me. Call me, invite him with you, and I will speak to him way. And I will not say things like, you know, like about Muhammad. I will just keep it very nice. And you will see.
Yeah, it has to be a knowledgeable debate, not like using bad words or anything.
My friend, I always use knowledgeable. I don't use bad words. You know, I just express. I am being honest. When you know, Muhammad for me is a fraud. You know, Jesus, he said, either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay. So we as a Christian, we cannot say nice things about an evil man, because that will make us leave in Christianity then. So he want to debate me. He need to understand that this is a Christian person who refused Islam. He refused Muhammad to be a prophet. So for me, Muhammad is a fraud. Otherwise, why he is calling me, right?
Yeah, no, that is perfectly okay. If you're saying something bad about some person, if you have reasons, that is not counted.
The same as I did with you. Did I insult you? Did I say anything wrong to you?
No.
Okay. So I am, you know, if I am speaking to you in a such a way, why I will speak to him in a different way?
Okay.
And especially he is coming with you, so already I know that you are a nice person who is searching for the truth. And regardless you leave Islam or you stay, this is your business. For me, I do my part. It's up to you, my friend. You know, for me, the Lord, he taught us to teach the truth, and the truth will set you free. So we pray for this gentleman that the Lord will open his eyes. We pray for the Messiah to make his heart soften to see the truth. We pray that the Messiah will guide him, not a Christian prince. Christian prince cannot guide anyone. I am not here. I'm not the one who will guide you. The Lord is your guide, my friend. So we pray to the Lord that the Lord will open your heart, your eyes, and I am here just to share with you information which you do not know, just to make your way easy.
I'm a logical person, and if I'm proven wrong, I have no regret or shame in accepting that I'm wrong. And if it is proven right, what you're saying, then I promise you as a man that I will leave Islam.
Well, trust me, you will not find anything I said to you is not true.
Let's see.
All right. Take care, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. All right. Good I took his call, because I thought, you know, first time did not work, so I thought he is you know, playing games. As you see, you know, a person who is really searching for the truth, he will struggle. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially you are a person who grew all your life in such a cult. But because Muhammad is so bad, it's hard for this gentleman to resist the truth. He is not so bad. He is not little bad. He is the bad itself. For how long he can resist? And now we offer him, and I am the one who offer, to bring his sheikh, the imam, the mufti. He's not just a sheikh. And this gentleman, he said even he was a friend of Zakir Naik. As if Zakir Naik, he came to his house. So he have connection. He knew all of them. Who dare to call me and prove me wrong? We will wait for that day. And I want to say thank you for all of you for being here. I hope you enjoyed what we do. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, don't forget to unsubscribe, because according to Allah, that will give you blessing. To subscribe to someone is not good, supposed to me. And unsubscribe from him, that will double your deed. So if you want to make more deed, spend the day, just subscribe and unsubscribe, because this is the wisdom of Allah. Same time, if you are a person who speaks other languages, we have my books offered for free in many languages. And lately we publish Sex on Allah, volume number 1 and 2 in Russian, and we have Deception of Allah in Chinese. And for sure we have Indonesian, Malaysian, Albanian, Croatian, you name it, all for free. For the Lord, he says, for free you took, for free you give. I want to say thank you, and thank you for not supporting us, for the Lord is our support. God bless you all.
mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him,